We have to start supporting ourselves. We have to add value to our content and our voices.
Hey, haters gone, hate supporters done it.
We have to add value
Haters
to our
gone, hate
content.
supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really in my they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone,
We have to add value
haters
to our
gone, hate
content.
supporters done it. Hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Please don't hate on it. Please support on it, on it. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. Cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them ones that they dumb. Thumbs up, subscribe, cash app, dollar sign on box rhyme.
Welcome back. We're having a real family conversation today and asking who's Black enough. There's so much here to untangle, and I sat down with some folks to help us unpack this issue. Joining me in this conversation now, Tanya Kateri Hernandez, author and professor of law at the Fordham University School of Law, and Tariq Nasheed, author, filmmaker, and social commentator. Thank you both for being here. So how much of Blackness has to do with this shared African-American experience, like your Black card, so to speak?
This is why we now have a movement, the Foundational Black American Movement, instead of using the term African-American. And we're now saying, hey, if you are going to claim Blackness, what type of Blackness are you claiming? Because sometimes people claim Blackness in a conditional context. They are Black when they can get something out of it as a minority. And when it's time to get some other benefits from the dominant society, they will distance themselves from Blackness.
Who has the right to designate someone's Blackness So, for example, if Amber Rose wants to self-identify as Black or as biracial, who has the right to tell her she's not?
Well, the ethnic group in question, they have a right to do that because for a long time, and there's interviews online where Amber Rose is going out of her way to make very clear she's not a Black woman.
I do not consider myself a Black woman. Absolutely not.
She just was.
There you go. So that's it. That's it. You're not Black. So what Tariq just says, what I said, which I always say, and what I said earlier to Carlos, you know, the Puerto Rican that called in earlier. I said, bro, we define Blackness. Like, yo, white man don't define Blackness for us. White man don't define who's Black. We define who's Black. And the white man just take notes. That's it. So like Tariq said, we, the lineage in question, we define, and we define who's Black or what Black is, and we determine who's Black and who's not. Amber Rose says she's not Black. That's it. She ain't Black.
And when it's time, Blackness are you claiming? Because sometimes people claim Blackness in a conditional context. They are Black when they can get something out of it as a minority. And when it's time to get some other benefits from the dominant society, they will distance themselves from Blackness.
Who has the right to designate someone's Blackness? So, for example, if Amber Rose wants to self-identify as Black or as biracial, who has the right to tell her she's not?
Well, the ethnic group in question, they have a right to do that because for a long time, and there's interviews online where Amber Rose is going out of her way to make very clear she's not a Black woman.
I do not consider myself a Black woman. Absolutely not.
She just was very, very clear. I am not a Black woman. I'm not a Black woman. And now, well, I'm kind of sort of Black. I'm kind of sort of Black. We don't get to pick and choose when the day is right for Blackness. We have to deal with systematic white supremacy and anti-Black racism on a daily basis. So that's the thing that brings us together. That's our common ground.
Of course, we're coming off this conversation that Jocelyn Hernandez has been having publicly. And one of the things that has been raised is the issue of Afro-Latinos and their claim to Blackness, so to speak. So, Tanya, I would love to read you some statistics when it comes to kind of how a lot of Latinos view themselves. So a Pew survey found that about 3 in 10 Afro-Latinos selected white as their race, 25% chose Black, and 23% selected, quote, some other race. So do you think that some Latinos want to distance themselves from Blackness?
Well, I mean, I think that first we need some clarity about Latinos. They're a pan-ethnic grouping.
What is the factual distinction between Latinos and those who consider themselves to be Hispanic? And then, as we all know, when you're filling out those forms, it'll say Hispanic, non-white. Within Hispanic, there are racial separations. So help us understand that.
First thing to keep in mind is that Latinidad, Latinos are not a race group unto themselves. They may experience racialization to the extent that, you know, they get harassed by police based on their Latino surname. And so in that respect, it's not just like being any other immigrant group because they're being treated as an undesirable other. But nevertheless, Latinos come from locations in which we have Blackness and whiteness and indigeneity, right? That is to say, when some of those Latinos are picking white, it's because they're straight up white. They look white, they sound white, they're whitey white. And they would be white in their countries of origin, and they're white here too. But I want to be very clear. We have white people in Latin America and the Caribbean, and they don't become really non-white by being here. One, the slave ships didn't just stop here in the United States. In point of fact, historians say that only 3.5% of the transatlantic slave trade, the 10.7 million people who survived the Middle Passage, only 3.5% of them were brought to the what we now call the United States. Whereas the rest, 90%, were looking at the Caribbean and Latin America. Part of the confusion, of course, is that in trying to have social justice movements across decades that bring many people together, a rainbow coalition in the Jesse Jackson, frame of things, Latinos have been invited to be people of color. That's a beautiful thing, right? To talk about all Latinos as one thing hides the ways in which Afro-Latinos statistically across jurisdictions or locations have much more in common from a socioeconomic perspective with African Americans and other people of African descent, Haitians, Africans, etc., than they do their fellow Latinos. I look at all the ways in which the Afro-Latino subject is not like other Latinos. In the research I did for the book Racial Innocence, Unmasking Latino Anti-Black Bias, because it's very systematic and has structural components.
So, Tariq, do you think that there needs to be a distinction between those whose ancestors came off the boat in the United States of America and those who came off the boat in other places? Is that really the common denominator when it comes to Blackness?
It should be the common denominator, but what's interesting, a lot of these other groups who come here as immigrants, they make a distinction themselves to other themselves away from us. The same anti-Black racism and segregation that we have here to a certain degree. When you go to certain Latin American countries, the Black people are on this side of the island or the country, and the lighter ones on this other side of the country. So that whole meta la raza mindset that's down there in South America and Central America and Latin America, we can't allow that to happen here. And this is why we're saying we're
explain that. What is that?
Every Latina needs a white boy. Yes, I said it.
Absolutely not. Mejorar la raza is declined.
There's a saying in Latin American culture, meta la raza, mean improve the race, mean whiten up the race. Mean if you mate with somebody, get with somebody lighter so that the race can be lighter.
Now, so far in this conversation, we've really been talking about self-identity, how we identify racially. But we all know that race is a social construct. In most cases, it is the world that identifies us as a particular race based on how we look. Tariq, is this even something that people have power or control over, or will we be identified the way that the world sees us based on how we look?
We speak about Jocelyn and Amber Rose having their argument, and Jocelyn was telling her about her not being Black enough. What's interesting, when Jocelyn got arrested after one of those reality TV show fights, her mugshot and her jail record popped up online. Jocelyn herself is classified as white on her own paperwork. So there are a lot of dark-skinned Afro-Latinos who will sit there and classify themselves as white, just like the other people in Latin American society.
Tanya, I'm curious to your thoughts on that.
We all got a big fight across the globe. And here's another thing, when we think about ourselves in isolation geographically, you know, just the Black people of the US, just the Black people of Venezuela, and so on and so forth, is that how we may disadvantage ourselves by not having the same number of fellow travelers, right, to help us in the fight.
We do have a right to say, hey, we don't want that person speaking for us. That person is illegitimate when they try to speak on Black issues, because they're not going to speak in our best interest because they have dual allegiances to other cultures. See, that's the thing that we have even with Latino society. When they come around us, everything is kind of ratchet and everything is kind of degraded. Just like the Love and Hip Hop crowd, many of them are Caribbean and Afro-Latino. They act a certain way around us and put that under the banner of Blackness, which is a degenerate type of behavior. But when they go to the Latin Music Awards or they do anything culturally Latin, everybody's on their P's and Q's. Everybody's not doing anything that's derogatory or something that's going to make the whole Latin community look bad. So we have issues with that.
So then where does that leave, say, someone like Clarence Thomas or Candace Owens, people who are unquestionably visually Black, but who a lot of people would question their allegiance to the Black community?
I have to keep reminding you that I don't want to be a part of this culture. I want to destroy it.
Candace Owens has identified as Caribbean. She has said over and over, her family, I think they're from St. Thomas somewhere, part of the family. So she has many times identified as Caribbean and talked about how successful Caribbeans are over Black Americans. So she has a dual allegiance, and this is why she cannot be a spokesperson for us. This is why she goes out of her way to undermine Black society. And Clarence Thomas, he's somebody who's just an old school, what we call a Sambo.
Sorry, go ahead, Tanya. I'm going to give you the last word.
I would just simply say that, Tariq, we actually are identifying them, but we don't get the platform, meaning the white Latinos, right, that they command a lot of space. All the same race hierarchies that you hear in English in the United States exist within Latin American and Latino communities as well. And so that's, I think, another way in which we can sort of lose sight of how much we have in common, because we're getting subsumed as if we're the same as all these white Latinos or the wannabes, as opposed to the straight up Afro-Latinos who have been very clear all along about who they are, but the white Latinos don't want to give us the time of day.
But here's the thing, sister, there are a lot of people in these Latino organizations that they've never called out the George Zimmerman. They've never called out Officer Yanez, who killed our brother up there in Minnesota. They're not calling out Enrique Terrio, the guy from the Proud Boys, who's a Cuban, who looks an Afro-Cuban. They have another Latino, Nick Fuentes, who's a suspected white supremacist running around here. And nobody from the Latino community, they're not saying anything about these people. So it's up to us to draw the line in the sand and say, hey, there's a problem over there that you guys have to deal with before we get into this whole minority coalition thing.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Tanya and Tariq, thank you both very much for your time. Next up, we're heading to a place where
y'all give us a share. Yes, indeed. So let me let some more folks up in here. Oh yeah, Odam, Florida. Hop on, Odam, Florida.
Yeah, Tariq, that's what I was gonna say. We were just on that panel together with the little Mexican that was like, "Oh, I won the debate." I'm like, "You did not win the debate. What are you talking about? It's not just the Africans, the Mexicans be out there coming for our throats, the Latinos. I'm so tired of them, and I'm glad we're all holding them to account." But he was on there tripping, talking crazy to both of us.
Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, what they do, they just start lying. They get whooped. And I won. No, you didn't. It's just you get embarrassed and then pretend you won. They got spanked. Yeah, a lot of these people, man, they just stay in these spaces talking greasy about foundational Black Americans and just denigrating our lineage.
Hey, that's funny because that's all BSI kept saying to me. Like, I won. Like, won what? Like, I would say catsup. He'll say ketchup. I'm like, okay, ketchup. Oh, I won. It's like, because you corrected me on ketchup. And he kept doing that the entire conversation. Like, I couldn't have no slip up. It's a one-on-one. Hey, man. You know what? I want to, I'll say something like, hey, yo, man, go look that up at the diction. Slip of the tongue. You mean dictionary? Yeah, my bad. I said diction, my bad. Yeah, look it up in the dictionary. I won. It's like, yo, you won what? I can't have a slip up in between. Like, yeah, you didn't win nothing. But he just kept doing that the entire time I was talking to him. Hilarious.
That's a thing on here. All right, let's get Verdian or Verdine. Verdian?
Yes. How you doing?
I'm good. You Cape Verdean, right?
By the way, if you're in the building, BSIA or Carlos or Revenue, click that link, hit that phone number. But Tether Dream, not you. Sorry, you're banned.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. What's on your mind, brother?
West Africa. I wanted to ask you, are you afraid of African potential?
Which is what?
Like, Africa it will be a very powerful continent, in the future. Are you afraid it's going to overshadow the Black Americans, or does that ever cross your mind?
Why would that be a fear for me or any other foundation of Black American?
Because, you guys had a big influence on the world for a long time, but you think with Africa rising, is going to diminish that, or is going to be more powerful?
Why would you think we would have a problem with that?
I mean, that's what the energy is given. That's the sentiment on the Africans coming over here taking your jobs.
What jobs? What jobs are you taking?
That's what the FBA say. That's your.
Okay, I'm a foundational Black American, and I'm asking you, what job are you taking?
That's what y'all say. Y'all say
okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. So I'm asking you, what job are you taking?
I'm saying that we're not. So that I don't know what's the problem.
So what are you talking about? I don't say that. What, Uber? I don't want no Uber. I don't Uber. That's not a flex. We're not worried about you coming over here driving Uber. We don't care. I don't know where y'all got. That's something that you tell yourselves. I think y'all tell yourselves that to make yourself feel like you're doing something. I don't say that. We don't. Y'all come here drive Uber, bro. Y'all come here and drive Uber and cabs. We're not tripping on that.
Then
So
why
I,
they
I,
so
I don't
worry
know where that
about
talking point. I ain't never said that.
that's what that's a talking point of a lot of FBAs.
There's
They
43
say
million. There's 43
they
million
say
population of
they need
Black
to be
Americans.
sent back because they taking all this stuff. So
And you're
not only
Cape Verdean, brother. What y'all got in Cape Verde?
we got a lot of stuff.
Nothing, sir. There was no such thing as a Cape Verdean before 1460.
But
Cape
we
Verdeans didn't exist. Nobody was on that island. Nobody. It was empty. It was an empty island before 1460. So y'all knew booty. Y'all knew booty just like everybody else, sir. I mean, you're not doing anything. And
we are though. We are.
what
And I
are you
feel
doing,
like,
sir? What are you doing?
so why? So I want to ask you. You
Okay, I'm
always,
asking you what.
Hey, shout out Tay the man. Welcome to the lineage. Welcome to the channel, bro. Subscribe. You know, like the video. Everybody like the video. I mean, that's the on code thing we doing over here. If you're on code with the lineage, you should like the video automatically. I should have to keep telling you every live. But yeah, man, welcome to the lineage, bro.
What are you doing? Okay, you just called me saying that are we intimidated about your potential to do all these great things? Okay, like what, sir? Go ahead.
like innovation. You know,
What are your innovations? What are your innovations?
develop is coming. Like I know you know it's
My
coming.
man said coming, but innovation is about what you did right now. Africa is like probably the least innovative continent country in the world. Like that's no cap. They are not innovative. This is why they sell their resources to other countries because they don't have the innovation to do anything with the resources. So they sell those resources and minerals to folks who are more innovative and know what to do with the resources. Okay.
Because you always
Okay, what is it? Shit, tell me. I'm asking.
Because you do business with African people, right? So you know what was going on.
What is it? What's coming?
Everything.
What?
Yeah, he's definitely just babbling. Hey man, peace to first class citizen, Cherry Red, long time, Zavon Scott, Carlos Magus, Timothy, Ray, Tate Demands, I said earlier, Black Feather Archery. We got Vera Sanders in the building, Golden Brown, JJ Mars, Black Wild Indian in the building, Ray, Sam B is in the building. Oh, we got super chat. Thank you, Shalik Bay, $9.99. Thank you. Again, everybody should at least donate at one time. Again, $1. You did just one time a month. There's no problem with that. $1 a month. And that's a small task. Salita Marie, peace to you. All right, we're lit.
We will be like the next United States or China, you know.
Brother,
like
you're giving me the next script for Black Panther 2. You're telling me about Wakanda Part 3.
Yeah, bro, you ain't gonna have that without us. And this is why your continent is trying to get us over there, trying to get our money over there, any means necessary, bro. That ain't happening without us, man. All right?
3. You're not telling me anything. You're just giving me fantasy talk. You're giving me Akon City talk. What do you got going, sir?
But why are you always in Africa though? If you don't,
Why am I what? Why am I what?
Why do you always go to Africa? Why are you always in there? Why are you always there?
I don't always.
Hey, Linwood, click that link real fast. Or and click the link real fast, Linwood, or I gotta time you out. Because I want to understand what you're saying there, buddy. Click the link and 2 minutes. Hop on for 2 minutes and then get off. Click the link. That's the phone number. Hey, first class citizen, $10 super sticker. Thank you very much, man. Lineage love in the building. Hey, Linwood, click the link or call the phone number. Just 2 minutes of your time, my boy. Go ahead and do that. Thank you. Thank you very much. 2 minutes of your time. Call in. Click the link.
Always go. I go every blue moon, but I don't always go.
So you telling the FBA to stay away from Africa, but you are joining?
I've never said stay away from Africa. Why are you lying, sir? Don't do that. Why are you lying? I've never said stay away from Africa. Why are you lying?
But that's what they understand. That's
Who
how they take it.
who?
The FBA, they
There's
take it as
43
you would
million.
never
There's
go to
43
Africa.
million. There's 43 million. I cannot keep account of 43 million people, sir. How am I? I don't have a database of what 43 million people say.
But you know how they are. They come up here and
There's
talk
there's
crazy.
foundational Black Americans who's business owners. There's foundational Black Americans who's homeless. There's foundational Black Americans who's Christians. There's foundational Black Americans who's Muslim. We have all different walks of life. Whatever somebody said to you, I don't know. You have to ask them.
So would you be interested on teaching your fellow Black American people like about the opportunity they can have with Africa, with being connected with Africa?
Like what? What is it? What? You tell
So
me, because you haven't articulated it.
so you have so you have
Come on.
So do you want to delineate from the heritage? Also, you want to
Brother, why
delineate.
can't you tell me all this stuff y'all about to have popping? You saying we need to hook up with y'all because y'all about to get it popping. Okay, hey, let me know. I would like to be a part of it. So what y'all about to get popping?
So what kind of business do you do with Africa? With Africa, like,
Yeah, he's all over the place. Hey, Linwood, click the link or call the phone number, dude. What the hell you waiting on? Earl Stanton, salute to you, Grand Rising, my guy. We got Cherry Red in the building. I hope they don't send that money out there. What you talking about? Marvin Rowell in the building. Renaissance Woman just checked in. SWLE 44. Hey, man, we got about at least 4 hours. 4 hours live here. I'm not at the diner I was before yesterday. Because yesterday it was too loud. It was too late yesterday. So I didn't want to risk back-to-back lives like that. Because it was lit and I had to get off early because of that. It was too noisy. So Linwood, click the link, hit the phone number. You said something about FB is getting cooked somewhere. So I want you to elaborate more on that, dude. Damn, you fleeing already, man? Click the link, hit the phone number, man.
the last live you said you do business with African people. So what kind of business do you do with them?
Well, they're usually over here with me. They do stuff with
Needle
me here.
Swain.
But you can't do that. You cannot, like, there's a narrative that you are putting out there for Black people to separate from Africa as a whole, and that's not good.
You separated from Africa. You ain't in Africa, nor are you in Cape Verde. You're not. You separated from Africa,
Brick City
so you're
Bandit.
not even over there.
Still, like, that's beside the point.
No, it ain't besides the point. How y'all be telling us?
still thinking
Yeah, where's
about
Limbo
that.
at?
No.
This
How
scary
y'all
cat.
tell us we got to do all this for Africa and your ass ain't there?
I'm not saying doing for Africa. I'm just saying, like, your mindset. You don't gotta move to Africa, but just have the positive.
Thank you. Good freaking grief. These people want us to put the cape on for Africa because they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. That's why he can't articulate anything. Are you upset? Are you envious of what's going to happen with Africa? We're going to get it popping. Okay. What you about to get popping? You'll see. Okay. What are you about to get popping? A whole lot of stuff. You can't even articulate it, sir. Good grief. John Doe, what's up, player?
How you doing, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I just had a question.
Yeah.
I was in a space earlier and they were basically just trying to say that FBA could never be our like actual ethnicity, like on paper or anything like that because it's trademarked. And I was basically, my response to them was FBA more than anything is more so a description of a lineage. It's just another.
No. Okay, so those people are telling a half truth. Okay, that's why I'd rather those trolls to call here to get educated on the trademark thing. I did several videos on it. I talk about it often. It's in my PDF that I got to send you guys. I know, but I'm making sure. Don't worry. When I send it, you're going to love it. Okay, it's free. So it ain't like I'm scamming you. It ain't like you paid me and I'm delaying. It's free, so relax. But when you get it, it's going to be very informational. I'm making sure I don't leave anything out because, as you see, all these conversations with these trolls, tethers, and agents, that it'd be kind of good conversation. So I throw that in a PDF. You dig? So the longer it takes for me to send it to you, the more information you got, the more clarity you got on the lineage. So just know you about to get a golden nugget for free. All right. But the trademark thing is goofy. People need to call in and check in with me about that. Yeah, you can't trademark a lineage. Okay. But the only way, the more we use FBA to call ourselves that, the trademark goes away. Now, I know those clowns don't know that. Some of them probably researched that far, but the average of them didn't. That's why over here they get cooked, and it'd be fun. And I cook them without even like the humor. I just cook them and be like, all right, next question or next comment concern. I don't even gloat when I beat them up.
Another way to say African
Okay,
American.
listen, because these people are trolling and wasting time. Listen, at the trademark, these are the people who don't understand trademarks. They don't understand copyrights. They're not bright people. At the trademark office, you can't trademark a lineage. You can trademark products and services. Okay, let me talk to the family here. Do y'all understand that? Let's take it slow with the family. Oh, and thank you, John Doe. There's a lot of noise in the back. Thank you.
And by the way, I went over this already. So to me, Tariq gonna say what I already said, but this is for you guys who missed what I said and missed what Tariq said. You get to see it. You get to hear it now. As a matter of fact, I never heard this. This is live. I'm playing this for the first time. All right. So I don't know what he's gonna say, but let's see.
I'll slow walk this thing so y'all don't get caught up in these bad faith arguments. Okay, family, let me talk to the family and just make it real plain. And when you trademark something, family, do y'all understand you can trademark products and services? Does that make sense? There's options of what you can trademark. And generally they fall under products and services. Okay, are we on the same page? We're on the same page, right? We're on the same page. Products and services. Lineage is not an option. You can't trademark the lineage per se. You can't trademark a lineage is not an option because that's not a product and it's not a service. Are we here? We good? Do I need to slow down okay, we good. We there? Products and services. Okay. So whatever the products and services are named, it can be trademarked no matter what it is, even if it's the name of a lineage or the name of a nationality. That's why products with the name African American, there's about 2,000 trademarks. Products with the name Nigerian, there's products and trademarks with the name Nigerian. The ethnicity is not trademark. A product with the name Nigerian is trademark. Got it? Are we here? We good? Puerto Rican is trademarked based on products and services. The word Puerto Rican. Igbo is trademark. Everything I'm saying, you can look it up. Italian is trademarked. Every name, every ethnic group, every name from a nationality is trademarked for a product or service. Every single one. Are we there? Are we good? The African, Igbo is trademarked. Yoruba is trademarked for services and products. Are we on the same page?
Italian ices are trademarked. Tether Babble is trademark. I'm joking, but Italian ices, that's trademark.
All right.
I'm sure African braiding is trademarked.
Foundational Black American, as it relates to products and services like t-shirts, hats, the products and services are trademarked. The lineage isn't trademarked. Products and services with the name Foundational Black American is trademarked. So if somebody says the lineage is trademarked, that's a dumb bastard lying.
Right. Only products and services, fool, not a lineage.
Products and services with the name Foundational Black American, that's trademark.
See, to people like me, that makes sense the first time I heard it. It's like, oh, okay. Because again, I had a business that was doing very well before the pandemic. So I was self-employed and all that type of stuff. So I get it. Like, cause I reached, I mean, that's the type of thing I was into, trying to get back into it. But yeah, I was there for 7 years. Yeah. So for me, for people who are self-employed, that makes sense to us. But for people who've never been self-employed and just dumb as doorknobs, yes, that's not going to make sense to them. And especially if you're a tether or white supremacist, you're like double dumb.
We understand that? Are we clear? Does that make sense? All right, we good? It's that simple. Anybody saying anything else is just sitting here lying to your ass and wasting time. All right, I'm pretty sure we have intelligent people here. That makes sense. Products and services are trademarked, and I made sure it was trademarked so that it would be protected, because let me tell you something. The tethers always whine and lie about the trademark for the products and services because they were going to trademark it themselves, and I didn't let them get to it. They're mad because they were going to trademark it and just bastardize it and do all types of janky stuff, and they're mad because they didn't get a chance to do it and sabotage it. I protected that damn name, so the tethers couldn't make a goosey soup with the name Foundational Black American. You damn right we did that. All right? Now, anybody saying anything else, they're wasting your time and lying to you. Okay? Anybody who's saying anything else, when they start plebiscite babbling, they're just wasting your damn time and just lying to you. All right? And I see there's a lot of lying going on this joint here. People just sit up in rooms lying 24 hours a damn day. And these are the same people who sit up lying in their failed homeland. That's why they have to flee. You know? Yeah, they're mad, family. What they're really mad at, they couldn't scam the name because they tried. There were some people who tried to finesse the name and tried to put it on some bullshit, and we stopped them. All right? We had lawyers and all that stuff. Yeah, there were people who were trying to undermine and take the name Tethers, and we stopped them from doing that. So they're mad because they couldn't trademark and copyright the name themselves and start running a finesse with it. That's what they're mad at. All right? That's why I'm glad my brothers over there with the salon, they trademarked that too. I told them, you make sure that's trademarked because they're going to try to be on that too. You know, we're gatekeeping everything. You damn right we are. Oh, we're making everything Trump type. We're gatekeeping everything. So they sit up here talking about the lineage is trademarked. No, it's not. The trademark office doesn't have the option to trademark a lineage. That's not a product. That's not a service. So don't let nobody sit here plebiscite babbling and lying to you, okay? Because let me tell you something. These people, when something gets popular, they trademark it and market it, and then they start running finesses. These other outsiders, they love seeing something that we get popular, and then they co-opt it. Just like Juneteenth. Juneteenth, there's all types of trademarks that white companies have who own Juneteenth. That's why they had some Juneteenth ice cream, I think at Target or something, and it has some rainbow colors in it. This is what I'm saying. They get our stuff, they trademark it and copyright it, and then start adding bullshit on it. So yeah, we ain't letting people do that. You damn right we're not letting people do that. We ain't letting nobody do that. Yeah, somebody just brought that up. Walmart, it was Walmart, right? I thought it was Target, but it was Walmart. Walmart trademarked Juneteenth, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was Target. My bad, somebody reminded me it was actually Walmart. Yeah. All right. Well, let me get some more people in here. All right, let's get some more folks in here. Shout out to everybody in here.
Yeah, so that's why I played that part right there. It was just for that, for the trademark education. Like I said, I didn't watch it all, but I heard the beginning of it, and I knew it would be good. I knew that he would edify, the lineage on trademarking. Now, I don't know where he's going now, but I might play it, I might not. Let's see.
But I have another question. I think that the FBA on TikTok, they have a very hard time articulating exactly what FBA is, right?
Okay.
Delineate means
okay, so we're on task. I could play this right here.
To describe in detail. You want to be able to, for people to know in detail what we are, what African Americans, Black Americans are. We are the descendants of America's chattel slaves.
Okay, she said African American. See, for me, I got to check that right away. Like the old boy earlier, Carlos earlier, try to say, hey, for the sake of argument, African American, like the hell it is. Not for the sake of this argument, you'll never get me to agree to African American for the sake of argument. Never, sir. I love the word Black. You dig? I'm really, really proud to say I'm black. I'm black and proud. So you're not going to get me to say African American for the sake of argument. You out your goddamn mind, man.
They're having a hard time articulating that. Now, one of the main issues I found doing my research is that the reason why we have a hard time getting funding directly to our communities is because the ethnicity African American is labeled as a race, right? It says Black/African American. Well, we know that you can't favor a particular race in America. However, how do the Latinos get all this damn funding? That's what I wanted to know.
You know how they do it? Immigrants, they do it with the immigrant thing. Immigrants.
Also,
That's a good question. How to get all this funding, family? I got a whole video, a very, very detailed video of how we were gentrified by poor people, and some of them are illegals. Think about it. When you're gentrified, it's usually by people with more money. So one day I'm walking around this city I'm at right now, and it's gentrified, but it's gentrified by poor Hispanic people. So I'm walking and thinking like, wait a minute, how the hell can we be gentrified by people who make less than us, with less education, don't speak English? I'm like, how's that fucking possible? So I thought to go ahead and research it. And then, man, it took me on a roller coaster ride. So I was like, wow. So I did a whole video, and family, I do want to bring it back to the light. I feel like so many people didn't see it, didn't watch it. So I definitely want to talk about that again. Maybe have SWLE 44 on the panel, and we have a sister on the panel too. I mean, but I think I definitely got to bring that back, right? Because I don't know how that didn't go viral. I don't know how that didn't hit. I don't know how you guys are not talking about that. Like, yo, we literally got gentrified by people who make less money than us, less education, don't even have, and they're not even citizens. You feel me? And you guys act like that was just okay. Like, okay. I mean, that was kind of weird. Like, that wasn't a reaction I thought I would get for something like that. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with the lineage. It's like we're still like light years behind, like as far as thinking where we need to be. Like, that should have been a big, big deal. Like, that should be something that you talked about amongst your own circles. Like, yo, how the hell did poorer people gentrify us? How you get gentrified because they're more richer. They buy your stuff at low prices and they sell them high, or they rent them high, whatever. But you get gentrified by people with more money, not less money. But you guys let that go over your head, and nobody talked about it ever since. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with the lineage, man? Are y'all on a damn Russian troll farm? Like, I don't know how that just was not a conversation afterwards. Interesting.
right? It says Black/African American. Well, we know that you can't favor a particular race in America. However, how do the Latinos get all this damn funding? That's what I wanted to know.
You know how they do it? Immigrants, they do it with the immigrant thing. Immigrants,
also,
yeah.
Listen, they target the ethnicity. Unidos used to be La Raza, right? The Black Panther Party gave them the blueprint for building that organization. Then they switched the name to Unidos US. So now they can get funding targeted directly for the Hispanic community. So we know that the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, is responsible for those racial categories.
Okay, that's a good topic. Wait a minute. It's Sean C. birthday? Is that true? If so, Sean C., happy birthday. You know, hope the day goes well in your favor. You dig? Make a birthday wish, all right? Don't forget to make a birthday wish.
Categories. And I've suggested, and I hope that you do the same thing, that you suggest our brothers and sisters, hey, let's write UMB and let them know African American is not a race. It's an ethnicity, right? It's not a race. It is not a race. Black is a race. That way they can separate African American from race and it just be an ethnicity. And then we can target funding directly.
See, she keeps saying African American. At some point, Tariq got to, correct her, because I I don't know what FBA person who keeps saying African American, and I'm sure she's FBA, but she's probably very new to this idea of delineation, self-identification, because she keeps saying African American, and we got to purge that out of her.
For our communities, not people of color, not just marginalized communities, but specifically for African Americans, the descendants of America's chattel slaves. So this happens at omb.gov, their website. They're always asking. They recently asked.
You see, she's saying African American a little too much. You dig? For me, it's like, all right, now that ain't, if you say it once or twice, it's a mistake. Because even with me, sometimes I slip up and say it because I guess tethers be saying it and we talk about it. So once in a blue moon, it might come off my tongue, but I correct myself immediately. But she's not making a mistake. She's saying it over and over and over. That's because she want to say African American.
The question about the ethnicity, but everybody didn't come to the same consensus. You had FBA, ADOS, B1, and you had some civil rights activists and organizations, so they wouldn't take that off. They wouldn't really change anything. But if we can all get on one accord, all Black people in America, the continental Africans should be saying, hey, my race is not African American. I'm Black, but I'm this person. I'm Nigerian. I'm Somali. And the Afro-Caribbean should be saying, hey, remove that, because why am I forced to check that I'm African American when I'm Jamaican? I'm Black by race, but I'm not an African American. And us African Americans need to do the same thing. Say, hey, we are the only African Americans. We are the descendants of America's chattel slaves. They need.
You see that? Yeah, that's too much for me. Like, she's purposely saying African American. Like, she's trying to, drive that home. And maybe she's like got her on mute, doing something else in the background. Because I know if he was listening, he would have been checked at least one time.
Need to remove African American as a race so funding can be targeted towards our communities. That's the big issue.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Kira. I appreciate you, dear. Oh man. Okay, let's try King Mihi. I think that's your name. King Mihi.
What's up, Tariq?
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a quick question. It was about your YouTube video.
Yeah, which one?
So I noticed, when you were talking to, I believe it was like a lady who was like a Native American.
Better go and get some fresh stuff. You ready to take a shower? Go and get out the way.
Okay.
Fresh underwear.
And that wasn't me.
Let me get Imhotep. Okay, Imhotep out here dealing with them kids. Okay, though. Okay, he's getting them kids ready for Sunday school at night. They have nighttime Sunday school. All right, but go ahead, brother.
But what's it called? You were talking to a Native American woman, and she was basically trying to it almost seemed like she was trying to do like a handling move. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you were basically saying like, hey, I'm talking to a Black family, you feel me? Of our of FBA and Jamaicans and stuff. And then she was kind of trying to be like, no, like, you don't know what you're talking about, you this. You're like, how can you say that? And you're not even really a part of the conversation, you feel me?
Right. And from what I understand, this big wide shoulder heifer is in a lot of these spaces just kind of pulling rank. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? What's going on over here in these TikTok spaces?
All right, hold on. Okay, so now let me go into this right here. A conversation I had. So you can't use them as like, hey, Dr. King said it, so I'm right. No, Dr. King said both, so you're wrong. Because according to him, listen, so according to him, Dr. King shouldn't have said we're Black. See, Dr. King saying he's Black and American agrees with me. I say I'm Black American. He says I'm not Black, I'm just American. So he used Dr. King. Okay, you're missing the answer. I didn't use Dr. King for your purposes. I used Dr. King to his own source to contradict him. That's what I did.
See, I'm aware that that's what you did. I'm aware of that. I'm not sure why
he's not aware. He's not aware at all.
That I'm aware of that. But the same way.
Because the question you're asking me, that's why I don't think you're aware of it.
So let me just outside of all of that, you claim that Black Americans are the only Blacks.
Yep, I proved that over and over and over.
But Martin Luther King refers to Caribbeans and Africans as his Black brothers. So how come you're not, how come you're
Because
ignoring?
okay, so that's the confusion. You see what I'm saying? Like black is spelled two different ways. Lowercase adjective, as we know it, it's a color, right? It describes nouns. Colors describe nouns. You know, I don't know how this is just so hard to follow. Okay. But when we use black, it's with a capital B, it's capitalized. Only proper nouns are demands a, you know, on average, demands a first capitalized letter. Okay. So when we say black people, that will be capitalized. If the media use black people to refer to us, the lineage, it's going to be capitalized, family. It's not going to be lowercase. So when Tether Dream was trying to quote me saying that we are the only black people, that's a capital B. When Dr. King says my skin folk or my kinfolk in the Caribbean, he's using black as an adjective. That's his skin folk, kinfolk, not of his same goddamn lineage. Dr. King understands Caribbeans are Caribbeans and Africans are Africans. He's not believing that they are Negroes of America or in America. Like he knows the difference. So this tethered is he's confused. That's it. We're not confused. I'm not confused. You guys are not confused. And Dr. King is not confused. The tether is confused. All right. Just know that.
Ignoring Martin Luther King in this context,
it's not.
but you're
Well,
accepting him in.
okay. I see, family, he doesn't get it. I'm not holding him as the end all be all. See, you missed it again. See, S44. That's why I kept repeating to him, and he kept saying he got it. He didn't get it. Dude, I'm showing him his source, not my source. Dr. King is his source. I'm showing him, yo, your source said we're American and black. You're out of there. So you know the phrase, he died at his source. You're familiar with that, right? So I'm showing him he died at his own source. I'm not using Dr. King as my source. I'm using his source to say, yo, he said we're both. He's saying what I'm saying. So that's his source, not my source.
Right. You know, maybe I just missed it, but when I was listening, the main thing I thought you were proving was that Martin Luther King was proud to be black. Like I thought that's the main thing. I did not hear in Martin Luther King what you played of him saying anything about him being American. He was just talking about the black thing.
Yeah. You missed it because we had a conversation yesterday. So a lot of what we're talking about.
You can play it again. Maybe you can play the Martin Luther King piece again.
I don't need to play it again because he is using this is the last time I say this. Last time. He is saying we're American and we're not black. And he said even Dr. King agrees to that. He said, listen to this. And he played so he's saying Dr. King agrees with him and not me. So he played Dr. King.
You said Dr. King agreed with you.
No. Dude, it's not that's not what I'm doing, bro. You gotta listen and be quiet.
King agrees with you though.
So you don't want to listen? You just want to keep rambling?
No, because it seems like I'm just trying to be clear on what you feel.
Okay. Let me mute you. All right. Let me mute you. He used Dr. King to prove he's right. I use Dr. King to prove he's wrong. By his own reference, the angle he's using, he ignored Dr. King saying he's also black. So I'm saying, hey, play the rest of it, basically. So so when he played it and press pause, I said, hey, unpause it, let him keep talking. That's what I did. So I'm saying, so he's not saying what you said, just that right there. He said it both. You're wrong. So now, if I do this, Tether Dream, if I say even Dr. King agrees with me that we're the only black people in the world, and then you quote that, then I lost. You feel me? I won't do that. Because I know Dr. King said my black brothers, he's using it as an adjective. He's using it as a descriptor. He's not using it as they're part of the lineage. Okay? That would just be dumb because it's false. Like he even said he called them Caribbean. So he understands like they're from a whole different place, whole different experience, whole different ethnogenesis. So when he used it as a descriptor, an adjective, color, the black brothers, but it wasn't like he's part of the same lineage of how we use it. So you're kind of missing that. Okay. But
Can
so
I unmute? Can I
yeah,
unmute?
no, you good, but you could try again. It's not gonna work.
No,
And
that's
Dr. King,
fine. No,
he's not the leader, all right?
right, that's
Okay,
fine.
but go
So,
ahead.
so let me just ask the question straight up then. Do you think Dr. King is wrong in referring to Caribbeans and Africans as his black brothers?
So I don't know how to keep doing this with these tethers. He's not wrong in the way he's using black. He's using black as an adjective, as a descriptor. He's saying those are my black brothers, race-wise or skin tone-wise. That's it, man. But whatever. Hey, yo, family, I don't know if these guys I don't know if non-FBA just got a low comprehension. I just said he used black as an adjective. I just said that. He used it as my black brother adjective, black like us. He didn't use it as a capital B. That would make no sense. He identified them as being Caribbean. So he showed a distinction between we're not the same people. You're Caribbean, I'm American.
And
So
there are
he
times when, and you can point out that there are times when Dr. King, in his speeches, in his written speeches, he used a capital B on the word.
No, dummy, you can't prove that. Hey, but like this guy's Jamaican. Why does he want to be black so bad? Bro, be proud to be Jamaican. Okay, you want the FBA validation, you're not gonna get it from me. You're not black. I will never call you black. I'm gonna call you what you are, Jamaican, Jamaican American. Be proud, man. You're not black. You're not black and proud. You're Jamaican and proud. You're Jamaican American and proud, man. Okay, it's okay, man.
Black and a common B, like he made the distinction, like the same way in the Bible certain things are written in there. God is sometimes in a capital G and a small G.
He couldn't have. He'd been assassinated in 1968. All right.
Right, so he didn't use the small G, big G thing. He just used one B.
Yeah, the lowercase b, right? Because
he just
capital
used
B
one B to refer to all of us. So what you
right. I gotta mute you. Capital B came later, you dumbass. It came through use of language, like how we say fresh.
Then why are you bringing it up, you dumb fuck?
So that was a tether fail. Okay, here's another one. Now this is a person who called earlier today. Listen to this one. This is Carlos.
I'm just waiting for you to finish.
But are you listening though? Are you? I understand you waiting for me to finish.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, go ahead. That's all. Okay, all right, I'm done.
All right. So the reason I say black Caribbean, I'm gonna use Jamaica as an example. So Jamaica has black people, Indian people, and Asian people, but specifically I'm talking
how
about
do they have
like,
black people? See, you're using words. How are there black people in wait, Jamaica, aren't Jamaicans Jamaican? Like, isn't Jamaica full of Jamaicans?
Yes, but what is their race? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Dude, okay, right. That's what I'm trying to say. You're confusing yourself with a made up, man-made social construct by white folks. So if anything, it's white people added the confusion. But by them keep saying somebody's race is black or white, the confusion are white people saying that. That's freaking confusing. Those people in Jamaica have a Jamaican flag. They have a Jamaican culture, Jamaican language. Everything about them is Jamaica. They don't say black at all. There's no blackness in nothing they represent over there in language. Everything is Jamaican. The colors are Jamaican. The language Jamaican. The food Jamaican. There's no black Jamaican restaurant in Jamaica. It's just Jamaican restaurant or whatever they got going on. Everything is just Jamaican. Just like over here, and when the African braiding shop, it's not black braiding shop. It's called an African braiding shop. So they usually bring their culture wherever they go. So it's you, like you're adding confusion. You're saying there's blacks in Jamaica, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's just Jamaicans in Jamaica, and then might be some Indian and Chinese. But you see what we're saying? We're saying Chinese. What they were called yellow. Are they yellow? So we're saying there's Chinese people in Jamaica. There's Indians in Jamaica, and guess what? There are Jamaicans in Jamaica.
Okay. So what you're saying is, so how do they distinguish between the racial groups? Are you saying it's raceless?
Bro, people are called not by their race. People are called by their country of origin. They're not called by their race, and the race is new. I keep going back to that. Their race is something new. Hey, do you know how new the word black is when people start to associate in a positive sense? Do you know the year when people start to associate black with people in a positive sense? Do you know the year?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Nobody was black as a race before 1960.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the problem. Like your historical reference is bad. The first people to call themselves black was in America, and it wasn't a race. It was our ethnonym. It was the name of our lineage. No different. So when we said black, that was no different than Mexican. That was no different than Chinese. It was used in the same sense as that.
Okay.
So now
So
look, now the world, wait. So the world ain't stopped, and the world ain't start embracing, because remember, historically, the world, like BSIA said, the world, and Dr. King said, the world always rejected black. It was always negative things that were associated. So nobody's going to embrace black until we had the glow. We made it popping. We redefined it. We gave it a new image. Jesse Owens, and the Michael Jordans. Now, after all that, the 90s and 2000s, now people want to be black. 50 years, 60 years
okay.
later, people want to be black. But it was uncool because
Okay.
it was always tied to undesirable things.
Okay. So essentially what you're saying is the only people on planet Earth that were, and let me make sure I'm getting you correct. The only people on planet Earth that were designated as quote black are us, Black Americans.
Bingo. And we designated ourselves. Right. You got it.
No.
Okay,
No.
go. Okay, go. Go. Go ahead. So now I'm embarrassing
Okay.
for everybody. Go.
Okay. All right. So everybody, like the opposite of white around the world, the Europeans labeled as black, correct?
As a color, right?
Would you agree?
As a color, right?
But
No. Ain't no but. I'm clarifying what you're saying. You're just saying words, and I'm being specific. As a
I'm not just
color,
saying
right?
words.
Okay. But I'm telling you, as a color, right?
Right.
Right.
As
We
a
don't use
color.
black. Okay, cool. We don't use black as a color today, my boy. We use it as the right now. I already showed people. You Google it. The word black has a capital B. That's not a color. That's a proper noun. You got to know basic
I
English.
know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you know what that is, then you can't use a reference in the 1800s when people were using a lowercase b adjective to describe people, when today we're using a capital B to describe one people, and that's in America, with a lineage that ties to slavery in America, the United States of America. So
Right.
the
But that
black,
black,
okay, but you're not listening. You're not okay.
I
This is
am
the issue.
listening.
No, you're not listening. You're talking. You sound foolish. Read the chat. Okay, so black with a capital B. Listen to this. This either true or false. This I know you listen now. So when people describe people as black with a capital B, was there anybody before the descendants of slaves in this country?
Repeat the question. What did you say?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, not listening.
No, I mean, because I'm trying to hold on. Let
Right,
me,
right,
because I
right.
got
You
some
trying to
things going
process it.
on.
I get it. I know. I could tell you're not focused. I know. I know.
No, hold
Okay,
on, hold
that's why I
on. Let
kept
me
saying you're
turn this
not
down.
following. Right. Yeah, turn that down.
Give me a second, because I got you.
Get your heart
Yeah,
medicine, get your
no,
insulin.
because I'm gonna tell you.
All right. Like I said, y'all can keep sending these guys over here, and I'm gonna keep sending them back to you in the damn
Okay,
casket.
now, so that capital B in black was not referring to ethnicity; it's referring to race. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, now you are officially dumb. Yeah, you are officially dumb. Oh, Kwame Revenue, you there?
Yeah, you can hear me. Peace, Ron.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, what's going on, King?
You know, I'm just telling, man.
See you with the good Supreme Scully.
My FBA swag, you dig?
Yeah, I guess. I wanted to ask you, because I hear you always talk about, noun versus adjective. And I wanted to know how you explain Black British.
I don't need to explain Black British. This is where you're going to be in trouble. Okay. So now let me ask you this. I'm going to explain it by asking questions. When did British people start calling themselves black? Hey yo,
On the census,
wait. Before you even go there, family, none of these guys are going to educate me on black. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, the Scottish, the British brother, I did all that. Okay, so when did they start to call themselves black as a positive? Like I'm talking about, like they said I'm black. When did they say I'm black? What year?
I'm not
It's
sure,
British.
but it arrives on the
Right.
census.
Wait, no. Okay, what year was that census?
1991.
Right. Okay, so that's later. That's again, I don't know what you just missed earlier, but I was playing to the other guy. We got the glow. We the ones that changed the image on the word black. The entire world seen black as something negative, undesirable, blasey blasey. White has always been seen as something desirable, holy, all that type of stuff. Okay, so we got black popping in the 50s and 60s. People
But who popularized the term?
Okay, Black Americans did. Okay, Black Americans popularized the term. There's a whole book written, "The Message of the Black Man in
According to
America."
ChatGPT, it was Stokely Carmichael. It wasn't Black
No,
American.
no. It's the way you worded it. It says that, but we know that Elijah Muhammad had way more influence than Stokely Carmichael. So now, but let's go with that. Let's go with he popularized it. Let's go with that because I could go different ways. Like, okay, he popularized a word that we concocted. Okay, and matter of fact, I don't believe he popularized it over James Brown because most people in America don't even black America don't even know who Stokely Carmichael is. Is that true or false? That the average Black American have no idea who he is.
I would disagree.
Okay, so the average Black person know who he is.
If you know about Black Power, the Black Power
No.
movement, you have to know about Stokely Carmichael.
That's not the question. I see how you read. This is the problem we have with you. I'm not saying Black Power. The average Black person don't even know who Elijah Muhammad is. That's why I know you're a clown.
How would you know that? You got a consensus for
Okay,
that?
because no, I'm a guy who talk to Black people on a regular basis, and when I'm talking to them, and when I mention Elijah Muhammad and certain people, they be like, "Who's that?" They
So you
think
have
he's
no
Farrakhan.
empirical data to show that Black
All right,
emerged.
all right. Dude, again, the question is, are you dumb? Like that's the question going forward for Cheddars. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk through you to the chat. Chat. The average Black American don't even know who Target Nasheed is. You dig? So this guy is a nut. He's a nut. They don't know who Cornel West is. They know who the baby is though. Like the average Black American, the youth, the oldest, they don't know who we know. We're in these
So the
spaces. They're
average
not.
Black American is ignorant on their own.
Okay, I'm not going. It's not about ignorant. It's not about being ignorant. They're educated to what they want to be educated in. So if they're into like science, they're gonna know who the scientists are. If they're educated in like fantasy fiction, they're gonna know who those people are. If they're into like movie scripts, they're gonna know who those folks are. If they're into music, they know that stuff. So that means they know stuff we don't know. We're the nerds. We're into this Black history thing. They're not. That don't mean they're dumb and ignorant. That means they're stuck in what they are strong at. I don't know video games like that. I don't know how to do the voiceover. That's what they do. I know because I got some friends with kids that's 17, 18, 19. That's what they're doing, bro. You don't know. You're dumb. But a lot of them are doing voiceovers and they get into the game that way. I don't know what Kai Sinat and those guys know. Okay, but I guarantee you, he don't know what I know either. So and look, the FBA people are in the chat. They got FBA kids. We talk to each other. That's how we know. We talk to each other. Matter of fact, if I go to my cousin's house and ask a 25-year-old son, who is Elijah Muhammad? They ain't no way in hell he gonna know who that is. And he definitely gonna know who Stokely Carmichael is. But you know what? But you know who he gonna know? He's gonna know who James Brown is. So that's why I'm saying, like, no, the person who popularized stuff is the person we know. So Black and I'm Proud is a popular song that Black and Proud song by James Brown, that's more popular than Stokely Carmichael chant. Okay, so now let's just assume. Okay, so I'm gonna get past that. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say Stokely Carmichael popularized "I'm Black and I'm Proud," or I'm Black, or whatever, Black Power. He still popularized something after we came out with it. So okay, I mean, you got the Latinos, like they took breakdancing overseas, and it's popular overseas. Like that, they get credit for that. They get credit for expanding breakdancing over the world, right? They get credit for that. Okay, but they didn't start. I mean, it's a debate whether if they started breakdancing or not. So just because you made something popular doesn't mean. I mean, it don't mean much if you got it from the people who originated. Like you just helped us get our message out. But what message did he help get out for his people? Like that's the other question. But you come off mute because it's getting a tit for tat. Oh, he popularized it. It's like, bro, we really don't really care. Really, I'm going down that rabbit hole with you for the sake of just arguing. But that's really besides the point, man.
I'm just saying
popularized
because
it?
you're saying that you're basing Black was a popularized term based on anecdotal evidence. That I could say the same thing about the Caribbean using Black or Africa using Black.
No, you
Prior
can't.
to
No, you can't. No, you can't. Go ahead. Try. Go ahead. Make your argument.
I'm just saying.
No. Make your argument because I can make
I'm
mine on the fly. Make your argument that they can that they made a claim for do you know one African country who has a country called Black?
I mean, we went down this before. You're gonna
Right.
say that, wait, let me can I respond, bro?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're saying we went down. If you start off by saying we went down this avenue before, it sounds like it's redundant. Like I don't. What's the point of responding if
Because
we did it already?
you're defining Black specifically in the English language and not taking into account other languages
No.
that uses.
No. Like you said, we went. Okay, so show me an African version of Black that they use to describe themselves as a lineage. Go.
Like I said, the
Good
Sudanese
job.
people, land of the
Okay.
Blacks.
Okay. So now the land of the Blacks is what they call themselves.
Yeah, Sudanese.
Okay.
If you
So
meet a
when
person
did
from Sudan, they're gonna say,
wait?
I'm
No.
Sudanese.
Relax. Okay. Cool. Also, so are they saying they're Sudanese or land of the Blacks?
Sudanese, literally, land of the Blacks.
Bruh, are
They're
they
Arabic.
saying that? Okay. Are they okay? So now when they say land of the Blacks, that Black meant what to them?
Now.
And okay. Now, okay. So share your screen. Let me stop sharing. Because I know we all know he's lying. He knows he's lying. Let me stop sharing. Okay, go ahead. Show your screen to prove that.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
You can keep talking for a couple of minutes. Give me a second. I'll
Okay.
pull it up.
Yeah,
I'll find the source. Give me 1 second.
No. Share your screen while you do that. See, the thing about me, the difference from you is that I share my screen as I search for something on the fly. Like, even though I don't know anything about it, I share my
That's
screen. I
cap,
show.
bro.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. He can't do it. Hey, SLLE44. What's good?
Yeah, hey, what's happening, boys? What's happening? What's happening with you?
You know, man, cooking like normal.
Is that who is that guy on there again? Is that is that Dream?
That's Revenue Kwame.
Okay. Well, I heard him ask something a second ago when he tried to go at you about when he said about Black and us being first to be calling ourselves Black. Then he said, well, what about the Black Power movement? He's basically killing his argument. Look, his brain went straight to the Black Power movement, which is us again, right?
Right.
So like they whole reference is us. They don't have nothing in their country. They don't talk about it because check this out. Those very countries they talking about, if you go over there right now, you're gonna find a Black side of town that don't call themselves Black, and you're gonna call another side that's basically trying to be white. Now, when you go, and that's where he's at, even though he's on here. Most of those people over there, when they be trying to talk about this Black stuff, you got people that say, well, they Taianos. They call themselves Taino people. So I'm like, those people wasn't calling themselves Black either. These people and that southern Sudan, those people wasn't calling themselves black just because somebody said those the land of the black people.
Right. He's bugging.
They will take
We all know he's
anything.
lying, and that's why he's trying
Right.
to concoct something real fast. Okay.
He's digging up something, and then he tried to say that Stokely Carmichael is more important, or even the slightest bit people think who he is other than
No.
Jack.
Wait.
Wait.
Yes. Go back. Oh my God, you about to die. Oh my God. Go back. Oh, why do you do this to yourself? Go back. Go ahead. Okay, read that. No. Go back and read that. You're about to die, bro. I don't know why y'all do this to yourselves with me, bro. This never gonna work, man. I'm smart. Go back. Now explain what we're looking at.
Sudanese using adjective or plural for noun.
It says that, or does it define, or are you giving a definition of Sudanese in an adjective sense in a plural noun? Okay, let me help you out. This ain't what they call themselves. That's not your source. What is it? You went and look. He goes to Collins Dictionary. Hey, yo, family, it's beyond me when they choose 1828. Like, they need specific dictionaries. I just type in Google. I just go to Google. Like, first thing pop up, I'll just read it. Anyway, let's read it. It's okay. Wait. Okay, stop. Wait. You had your chance. You didn't say anything. Let me quarterback this. And then I'm gonna help you out how this didn't answer my question. Watch this. Word forms, Sudanese. It says Sudanese means belonging or no, go back. My God. So wait, so you're not gonna go back. I don't want that. Go back. I'm gonna share my screen. If you got your chance, but go back. Go back first. We can read this next. Go back to your first one.
This is it right here.
No, that was not it. Go back to the Collins Dictionary.
Bro, okay, you can't read the screen. It said Collins at the top.
No. I want to read what I was reading before. Yeah, right there.
This is it right here.
Okay. So let me read it. Let me read it from here. It says adjective. Sudanese means belonging or relating to Sudan or its people or culture. It don't say that they call themselves that. And now watch this. It says plural noun. The Sudanese are the people of Sudan. What the fuck? Where's the land of blacks? All right, now go back to the last one you had. I mean, this is Cook City. Go back to the last one. Go back to the other one.
This is the only two things I show so far.
Okay, now brother, Sudanese. It says plural noun. The noun is Sudanese. Nothing here says that these people call themselves the land of the blacks. It's saying these are Sudanese people. The fuck.
So you telling me the people of Sudan don't refer to themselves as Sudanese?
I don't know what. Hey, look, yeah, I'm SL. I'm gonna go on mute. SL, you got it.
Yeah, check this out. You know what we could have done though, real quick though, if you want to find something that was dealing with black, like real quick. How about Black Bottom? Now check this out. Black Bottom is in Detroit. That's where Malcolm X was at. And matter of fact, Malcolm X was there that's where he got the name Detroit Red. In Detroit. Guess what Detroit is? It's a black city. It was black then. And they shaped Malcolm X too. See, these people don't have this like this. See, he's going to the dictionary. He's trying to find things right now. See, we're so black that we don't need to go in the dictionary. But if he look up Black Bottom right now, he's gonna find something might be something attached to Malcolm X. Because Black Bottom is actually in Detroit. It is a black neighborhood. It's a black scene. And if you go anywhere in America, when they say things, they say over there with a black set. Nobody else does that. This is a game. This man is on a dictionary and we snapping stuff off the top of our heads because we put this black thing on the map. This is what we do. We don't do this stuff to go write it down at some point, like when we create hip hop or when we create the blues. Everything that we created don't have a name. It don't have a name from the beginning. We create by nature. They create by cosplaying. And they create by getting things from the Caucasian when he called Sudan the dark people. Now, it's just a game. It's just a game for them. But this is life for us. See, the whole thing about them is they are so confused about blackness. That's why when you look at that book and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when the brother said the message to a black man in America, he's specific about that. He calling them black. It's way before this stuff he's talking about. Look, we arguing trivial matters, but
No,
we
no,
have
no,
to
no,
get
no, no, no. Let's argue trivial matters though. I want that. Hey, Revenue, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I got you. Okay, now watch this. For one, you show Sudanese and it says plural noun. It did not say proper noun. So now I know you have an issue with understanding what a proper noun is. So now watch this. A common noun. So let me tell you what a common noun is. A common noun is different from a proper noun. A common noun is a black person, black people. It's a general description that refers to color or race, not a specific identity. It's used in lowercase. Watch this. Proper noun, black, black American. Matter of fact, family, these are the only examples. So when I give you common noun, Sudanese people, Haitian people, black person, black people, those are common nouns.
So what about black British?
Okay, you got it. I got you. You got to relax. We're gonna get there. But you went to Sudanese first, right? I didn't want to go there. You went there. I was gonna deal with black British. You ran from that, and you said 1990 they were called black after us. Okay, so yeah, I don't smoke, so that's here. Now, proper noun. The two examples of proper noun was black and black American. Now, what is a proper noun? It's a specific name, not generic like a common noun. It's a specific name of a people or group. It's capitalized because it represents a distinct self-identified lineage or nationality. Okay. So when you write black Americans with capital B, you're not describing skin color, my guy. You're naming a people. When you write black people, lowercase b, you're just describing skin tone or race. All right. So now an endonym, this is where I come in at. The endonym, that's the name a group gives themselves. Now let me ask you this: did the Sudanese people name themselves Sudanese?
No.
Okay. How are you comparing us then? Okay, well, the Black Brits, did they name themselves Black Brits?
Yeah.
Okay.
They self-identify themselves as black British.
But you said,
and that's on the UK census record.
Yeah, but that's 1990, bro. They already co-op. Well, I mean,
so it means you're not the only black. You're not the only black group
bro. I never said
as you profess.
No. Again, you're the one a little slow. I didn't say only. A lot of people call themselves black, and I reject it. Like, we're taking it back. We're repoing it. So I understand a lot of people call themselves black erroneously. So we're bringing them back to what they actually are. First of all, the black British people, what did they call themselves before they call themselves black British? Do you know?
They obviously define themselves where they came from, either Nigeria, Jamaica.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. See, you guess. You're not a good researcher, bro. I know this stuff in advance. They call themselves Negroes. They were called Negroes, bro.
So what was Black Americans called before Black America? Negroes, right?
Yeah, we were called Negroes and colored, and then we did an endonym. We called ourselves black in a positive sense for the first time ever. We were the only people to change a negative historical word and make it positive. Now, by doing that, even a lot of Black Americans kind of stayed away from it because it had a historical negative connotation to it. So it took a while. So our greatness, we kept saying black, the Black Power, Stokely Carmichaels and the Malcolm X's and everybody else who kept championing black, the James Browns, they all together, not by themselves, all together made that word okay. Now, when we made that word popping and made it glow, we were the only people on the earth that was associated with blackness. Yes, right or wrong?
No, that's false.
Okay, so when we said we're black, who else is tied into that?
Black is synonymous with African.
No, it's not. Oh, wait, let me go there. Wait, okay, you're done. Now, hey, Shaq, I'm gonna prove how dumb and retarded he is. I'm sharing my screen right now. Now, watch this. This is a fool who just say shit on the record just randomly. Watch this. Look at this. This guy's a fool. No, I don't want I don't want African American. We want
I mean, we could just go to the Census
no no
Bureau, the
no no
U.S.
no no no
Census
no no no
Bureau.
no no. And I be cooked on that. You forgot. You already lost on that.
Nah,
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
could go to
Okay,
the
no, no,
U.S.
no.
Census Bureau.
Dude, just relax. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Because you're gonna down that again. That's crazy. How it's funny. A tether is one who keeps bringing up the same argument, and dying on. I got you. We'll go there again. No, no. Black and
Not synonymous.
African are not synonymous. You're an idiot, bro. You're not on my level at all on nothing. And you keep getting cooked. They're not synonymous. Okay. So anyway,
So let's go keep going. Scroll down where
okay.
it says black.
No. Well, we don't need to because this is just yeah. I mean, hey family, you're the only you're the only retarded one here. The overview is no, and then they explain. Look, SL, he said read the rest. Why? It's going to explain why they're not synonymous. The hell wrong with this guy? It's going to just further explain why they're not synonymous. So I just wasting time. The answer is no.
So it don't say black. The term black is a.
Nah, me too. I'm not doing that with you. All right. So now you want to go. Now I want you to go to the whatever he's gonna go to for black. Go ahead. Okay. So now go where you was gonna go. The Bureau of Records. Where you want to go? Do that fucking embarrassment thing. Yeah, he makes the same mistakes over and over and over and over. Yeah, he don't understand. Go ahead.
Yeah, over half of those who reported their race as black or African American identify as African American, Jamaican, or Haitian. So clearly,
Race,
black.
right? Race, right? Race, right?
Yeah.
Race, right? Okay, let me click you here. All right, on race, race and the ethnonym. This is a dumb guy. Okay, so the core, a family. Look where I'm gonna share my screen now. Let me share my bye. Let me share my screen because I want to show you something. I want to show you how I'm ahead of you at all levels. Family, look at this. The core confusion, race and ethnonym. I'm ahead of you, dummy. I know where you're gonna go. So now let's read together. Race is a broad biological social category. Ethnonym is a name of a specific lineage or ethnic group. I already know where you're going to go, buddy. I'm a chess teacher. Okay. When someone says black as a race, they are referring to all people of African descent across the world, from Nigeria to Jamaica to Chicago. When somebody says black as an ethnonym, they are referring to a specific lineage, in this case, foundational Black Americans or freedmen whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States and helped build the country. So the racial black is a category, while the ethnonym black is the U.S. sense is a lineage identity. This is a fool. Watch this. Historical black race in colonial times, black was and you're funny with SL. I was going here anyway, so he helped me like go where I was going to go. So in colonial times, black was a racial designation imposed by Europeans to all dark-skinned peoples together under a single inferiorized label. It had no cultural. The word black, the way Europeans used it. It had no cultural family. It had no political. It had no national unity. It was simply a color caste system term. So this is how it was originally used by white people. It had no cultural, no political, or nationality unity. Modern black ethnonym during the 1960s and 70s, the civil rights and black power era, descendants of the UK. Descendants of the Caribbean. Descendants of Nigeria. No. Descendants of U.S. slaves reclaimed black to mean something positive and culturally specific. Pride, unity, and shared lineage. Dude, you're not, this is FBA News and Updates. You might got a little tiny success everywhere else, but over here it's always 100% L. Okay, so descendants of the U.S. slaves reclaimed, not the Brits, not Caribbeans, Haitians, or Nigerians. Black and Black American, not Black British. Black and Black American became to mean the ethnic group produced by slavery, Reconstruction. Did this happen? Did Jim Crow happen? Did the Civil Rights Movement happen in Britain? Okay. A group with its own cuisine, dialect, religion, art, and collective experience. In this sense, Black became shorthand for FBA freedmen, not British people. Not for all people with dark skin. This is cooking you. Now, this says, look, it says why Pan-Africanists confuse the two. It says many, and he's a self-proclaimed Pan-Africanist. This is speaking directly to him. It says many Pan-Africanists use Black in a racial pan-global sense, encompassing all African descended people, because Pan-Africanism seeks global unity. However, this creates a problem when discussing reparations or lineage-specific justice. Okay, now watch this. Pan-African Black, anyone with African ancestry, e.g., Nigerians, Haitians, Ghanaians. Lineage Black, foundational Black Americans with U.S. slave ancestry. All right. So when Pan-Africanists flatten the term to mean everyone Black everywhere, they erase the specific lineage-based claim, and we're not going to let you do that. That FBA or freedmen have to use, have to the U.S. government. It's like confusing European continental identity with Irish national ethnic identity. Damn, it's like confusing European with Irish. Why lineage-based Black identity matters. This is for you, Revenue. Race describes what you look like. Lineage describes where you come from and what your ancestors built or suffered. You see the difference? Race just describes what you look like. Lineage, that's why I say this is a lowercase b. This is a descriptive term. This is an adjective. Okay, lineage is the proper noun. The Black on lineage. It describes where you come from and what your ancestors built or suffered. For example, a Nigerian American and a foundational Black American may both be Black racially, but their historical contracts with the U.S. are completely different. One's ancestors were enslaved and built the nations. The other's ancestors immigrated voluntarily centuries later. This is why FBA, Freedmen, and ADOS movements emphasize lineage-based identification, not racial solidarity, as our core basis for justice. Now watch this. The correct framework: race definition, broad social classification based on physical traits. So race, the Blackness he's talking about, is just built on physical traits, nothing else. We're all Black in his mind because we all got this African ancestry. We're all Black.
It's clearly based on lineage. If it's clearly for African descent, it's not a descriptive term.
I got you. Okay, I heard what you said, but the research says this: race, broad social classification based on physical traits. It says even give an example. It says Black people are often targeted by racism. Okay, it says ethnicity, lineage, shared ancestry. You're not in this, buddy. History, you're not here. And cultural continuity, you're not there. FBA are descendants of enslaved people in the U.S., not your lineage. We're different. You're not like us. Nationality, legal membership in a nation state. American, that can be you. Look, you can be racially Black. You can be nationally Black. Or no, I'm sorry, nationally American. Pan-Africanism, political ideology of unity among people of African descent. Africans and diaspora unite for liberation. That's an example of Pan-Africanism. Key point: FBA can support Pan-Africanism politically, but they must still preserve their distinct lineage identity. Losing that distinction means losing the legal and moral basis for reparations and recognition as a unique ethnic group. That's why we must delineate. Now, last thing, summary quote you can use: Black is a race when describing oppression, but it's a lineage when describing inheritance. You can't repair a race. You can only repair a specific bloodline harmed by specific policy. That was a great summary quote. Okay, So I'll be having this stuff already on deck, family. That's why when they come over here, it's an automatic L. It's like no playing around, none of that. And by the way, back to this, black and African are not synonymous. I mean, dude, you just taking L's all day, man. And yo, y'all lucky I don't do like small clips. Y'all lucky I ain't petty. You're lucky I don't do clips to show how I cook you. I don't do that. I just move on with the next live. You lucky I don't do that, bro, because I got you a lot of times, man. I could really make you look bad on the internet.
Ron, I make you look bad all the time. So
when
you didn't know anything
Clip it.
about you didn't know anything about people referring to themselves in large numbers as African prior to Jesse Jackson or whoever you claim popularized the term African American in America. You had no clue about the Free African School. You had no clue about the Free African Society. You had no clue about the Free African Organization or any of the Free African institution that exists prior to 1980,
Okay.
1965. So you was wrong.
Oh wait, no. Wait. Don't switch it up. How can not having a clue of something you be wrong? So for example, if you tell me about baby giraffes and I don't have a clue about it, I can't be wrong. I'm listening. I'm learning. So
Yeah,
wrong is hold on. No. Wrong is when you say if you say something to me and I say you're wrong and you got to pull it up, that's when you're wrong. That's what you just did. You said African and black was synonymous. You're wrong.
I mean that's you're using ChatGPT. I'm using the Census Bureau.
No. I use AI, but I already cooked on the Census Bureau. The Census Bureau uses black as a race, not a lineage. So the Census Bureau includes all black ancestry, bro. Everybody in the country.
Okay.
Right. That's the problem.
Define black British as a noun and a proper noun and an ethnic group.
Okay, I think you're missing the point, man. I'm saying when they call themselves black, you do know they call themselves 30 years that after us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you said you're the only black.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Now watch this. If somebody invents something, right? Like for example, let's say the Tesla car, and somebody make an illegal copy, let's say somewhere in China. Elon Musk is not wrong by saying I'm the only inventor of the Tesla car. Now there's some fake copycats over in China that's like illegal, but he's not wrong. Yeah, but he's right. But he's not wrong to say, hey, this is the original. I'm the only one. Michael Jordan's the only Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant, everybody else tried, but there's only one thing, right? So we're saying we are the original. Matter of fact, Dessalini said, from this point on, we are Haitians. If anybody in this world come behind that and say we're Haitians, they're copycats, bro. It's that simple. That means that I will make the same argument for Haitians. I'll say, nope, these are the only Haitians in America. Everybody else is a copycat. They took that, stole it, and did their own thing.
But by your logic, we could say that you're the only African too.
How?
Well, according to your official ethnic group name is African American. It's not Black
American.
No, it's not. It's African American.
No, it's not. Okay, now I'm gonna cook you again. How is it our official ethnic group? How is that?
If you check the Census Bureau, it doesn't.
No.
African American.
Okay. Yeah, but that don't mean bro. I really think you smoke too much dust because you're confusing.
You don't got to do ad hominem. You just make your point. You don't got to do ad hominem.
Because we already went over this. We already showed that a Census Bureau doesn't mean authenticity. That's just on the Census Bureau. It's paper. It's how you're it's describing a race of people. Many people with African descent. There's many people, not just us. There's also Nigerians, Jamaicans, Igbo, and everybody else. So that is just goofy. We're talking about when you're talking about people specifically. What your argument just now?
Let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Let me just ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Is African American the only group that has African in their name?
What group is a map? Wait, okay, let me
I'm
try to
talking about
get
an
some.
ethnic group.
Okay, let me some clarity. Okay, when you say ethnic group, explain that. Explain ethnic group.
Come on, Ron. We don't have to
No.
play
I
these
need.
games.
Yeah, no, I know. I need to do that because I don't know what's in your brain. I don't want to answer something that I think I know what I'm talking about, but you're on a different page. So I'd rather to be on the same page before I answer.
A
When you say ethnic
specific
group,
group that self-identify themselves, a ethnic group with
right.
shared culture,
Right.
things like that.
So aren't they different from other people?
In that context, yeah.
Okay. So do Jamaicans, first gen, second gen, do they call themselves African American?
Do they call themselves? No.
Okay. All right. So am I going to share? Am I going to share a clip for you where Jamaica? Okay. So if I show clips of Africans and Jamaicans call themselves African Americans, now what?
I mean, you're using anecdotal. I could say,
No.
I could say Black Americans is some Black Americans that
It
don't use the
do.
term Black.
And do when they check the box, do they check other or do they check African American?
They check Black.
Yeah, but it says Black / what?
Black / African American /
Okay.
Jamaican /
Okay.
Haitian /
No.
Nigerian.
No. That form does not say Jamaican Nigerian. That thing says Black / African American. I can pull up a generic one right here for you. Okay, so you got to stop lying. Okay, so again, for me to answer your question, you got to be honest. Okay, so now so we know they do call themselves African American, right? Jamaicans and Nigerian Americans, they do call themselves African American, right?
No, African American is a specific ethnic group with shared lineage from America.
Okay.
A Jamaican American,
wait. So
Jamaican is not claiming to be an African American.
So then why do they select the box then? And why don't they put other? Why select a box or not?
The box, Ron, you serious? The box clearly
Yes.
says Black, African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Ghanaian,
It says that?
Nigerian.
Pull it up.
Don't say all of those.
But yeah, I mean, this dude is drunk and high. He's drunk and high, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go back to the Census Bureau.
No.
So we shouldn't use the U.S. Census Bureau when we talk about race and ethnicity.
I'm talking about a form. Okay, I said a form that people voluntarily fill out. So if African American is exclusive to just descendants of slaves in America, United States of America, then how is another people who are not part of our ethnic group checking a box to something they're not?
I said African American. I didn't say Black. If Black, like
how
you
are
just
you?
said,
How are you
broad,
checking the box? No. Dude, you look dumb in front of all these people, man. Hey, listen, all y'all got permission. If y'all want to cook revenue with little clips and stuff, y'all got time. All y'all got permission to use all this stuff that every time you call in, and I got them, y'all all have permission to make small clips of this dude catching L's. This dude gonna sit, a SSL. There's a reason why a Hispanic is not going to. As a matter of fact, Sudanese people and Ethiopians, they don't check that Black African.
Nah.
Yeah, they say I'm not Black. They make that very loud and clear. I'm not Black, and they're not checking that shit. They put other.
Oh yeah,
and they
show proof. Can you show proof of that?
That cool. Okay, well, you got to first start with one before the other. If African American is designated just for us, why are there other people who are not part of our ethnic group selecting that for housing assistance, job applicants, census, all type of stuff? Why are they filling that out?
Could it be a
checking
tether?
Black? When you see the term Black / African American, they use an example. That's why when you see it, they use EG. So
All right,
clearly they use.
No. On the application, I mean, hold on, dude. You do know you're talking to people who lived in this country their entire life, and we feel that. We're older, bro. I'm 47. But you're talking to people who filled out forms for all of our lives, bro. Yo, we're not from Jamaica or somewhere else, bro. We lived here all of our lives, man. Every form I ever filled out where I had to identify myself, it said either both or one, and it was African American. It wasn't black by itself. And you're sitting here trying to convince, I mean, bro, you do know most people who come over here they live in this country their entire life. Their lineage, their grandmother. Bro, all of us after Jesse Jackson, all we ever did was select African American. There's no other option. Matter of fact, let me play the Jamaican sister for you. Because she was confused. She said, I'm confused. Like, I bet you are. And that's why Elijah Muhammad said, accept your own and be yourself.
Wow.
Stop trying to be FBA. Accept your own and be yourself. And you won't be confused, young lady. All right. Oh, boy. Let me go to confused African ladies. All right. There we are. So we're going to act like everybody's just dumb now.
Politics of these things, but you would say, you say African American. Yeah. What's that mean for you?
You know why he's asking them, bro? They all are foreigners. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The ones he's asking this, they're all foreigners. They're Nigerian, Jamaican, and something Haitian. Watch this.
Means that, like me, like I know like a lot of people, like African Americans in general, like black people say they're African American.
Okay, so you heard what she said? African Americans, black people. That's separate from her. She's calling us the African American black people. She said, I know African Americans, black people call themselves. She's talking about us.
Yeah,
family.
the only African on paper.
Okay, right. Hold on. She said, right. Well, she said African American black people. So she's separating black people from herself. Okay, I don't care what she talking about African American. What raised my alarm is she said black people and she didn't include herself in that. I got happy. I said, thank you that they're getting it.
Hey, Ron, can I say this right quick before you do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, look, and I'm going to tell you another thing that happens with them. Look at that audience, bro. Now, look, when white people ask them these type of questions that we going through like this, these are the real answers you get. When you get white people to get these tethers anywhere, when you get these Caucasians and put them on professional settings and ask them questions like this right here, you're going to get the real truth. Watch how these people struggle. Watch how they struggle when they ask them these questions. Watch, you're going to get the real truth and the confusion of a tether that really knows that he don't belong. Watch.
Like me, like I know like a lot of people, like African Americans in general, like black people say they're African American. And like that always confuses me. Sometimes it's like, well, are you really African American or are you just like black? Like, of course, there's this like long line of ancestry where people who are born in America and are black are, I guess, because of slavery and that long line.
Oh, so we are black because of slavery, that long line in America. Yeah, okay, so we got a foreigner who's confused, who agrees with unbiased Ron. Black is for those people that underwent slavery in the United States of America. Go on and tell you, like you said, the white man gonna get it out of her.
Yeah, look at the white man looking at her.
Are considered African American, but I feel like
let me back up.
Black, like, of course, there's this like long line of ancestry where people who are born in America and are black are, I guess, because of slavery and that long line of ancestry are considered African American. But I feel like for me, it should be more like a direct or more recent link. Yeah. So therefore, black people in America aren't technically really African American. Yeah. Like, it's really weird.
It's really weird. She's struggling. Now, wait. Now, the next lady. This is for revenue. The next lady. This is the same research this white man is doing on these tethers. Look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me catch from the beginning.
American? You identify as African American?
No. Well,
Look, do you identify as African American? No. Well, this is the Haitian girl. Watch this.
You identify as African American?
no. Well, I lie. I'm lying. Okay, systematically, yes, because that was the only box I had.
The only box she had. This lion dog said there was Haitian there, Nigerian. This is a lion dog. All of us filled that box out all of our lives, and he's telling us that thing says Haitian on it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I got it. Don't worry. SL, I got a screenshot because I was filming out some months ago. I said, you know what? Let me put this on the channel.
I remember when you did it.
Right. This guy he's just a piece of shit liar with no credibility. This is why nobody watched them. Like when they go live by themselves, nobody ever checks them out because nobody can respect people with no integrity that can't be honest.
Well, look at that interaction.
I never did a live in my life. I never did a live in my life.
Nobody's going to come because your credibility is shot online. That's why Tether Dream be having one person. It'd be you. The only person in the chat be you.
Look
All
at
right,
that
watch
interaction
this.
with that Caucasian.
Yeah, me and American Dream built your channel in the last couple months.
Sure you did.
We did.
Identify as African American?
Yeah, that's why there's only 73 people here now. It's usually like 150, right? So I don't think they're entertained by you, bro. You didn't bring a large audience with you. So earlier today, from live at 10 a.m., I had about 150 people. Now you on here got 73. All right, so no.
They went to sleep.
No, brother, that does not work. All right, but here we go.
As soon as you're done rambling, I'm gonna share my screen with the censors to debunk you in live.
All right, cool. All right, so you all right. Let me play 17 seconds. You share your screen.
You identify as African American?
No. Well, I lie. I'm lying. Okay, systematically,
I'm lying.
because that was the only box
That's
I had.
all they do is lie. Watch this.
I lie.
Brad got him messed up.
Okay, systematically, yes, because that was the only box I had, like black. But like as I got older, I was like, but I'm not African American.
Oh, I'm not African American, but that's the only box that's the only box I had.
Oh,
you're also half Hispanic.
Yeah.
You identify as African American?
Okay, so there you go. So now go ahead and show us what you got, man. With this census bureau, and I'm gonna cook that on the fly. Go ahead, bro. Show us your race-based bureau that shows all African descent.
And Ron, I guarantee you, if that guy that's on here now was in front of that white man in that same panel, he wouldn't be talking like this.
Hell no. He'd be honest as hell for the first time.
He wouldn't be lying. He wouldn't be bringing up no census bureau because that man would be like, you crazy. But see, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it here though. See, FBA, we're gonna entertain you because we know we got a master freaking freaking teacher and a dude that really dig into stuff. And you entertainment for us, brother. I appreciate it.
Of course. Go ahead, revenue. Hey, can we see the whole screen, sir, so we can know what we're looking at? Yeah. Okay. Wait. What at the top? At the top, what's it say? I want to know what I'm looking at. Okay. This is the official questionnaire for this address. It is quick and easy to respond, and your answers are protected by law. I have no idea what you're looking at. But go on, proceed. Wait. Go to the top where it says start. Where go to the top. Go to the top. Right there, where it says start here. I want to read that. I want to read everything here. And go ahead, make that bigger. Okay, all right. It says start here. Go online at my20. Okay, to complete your 2020 census questionnaire. Okay, right. Oh, okay. Now look. I already know what this is without even looking even further. This is something, I guarantee you, this is a questionnaire that wants to know your ethnic background. Okay, so I did something, I cooked somebody the other day on this. I think it was BSIIA.
Yep.
Family, there are some questionnaires like when it comes to Europeans, that they want to, because I think he went to like a European questionnaire, and oh man, look, it's saying they're Irish American, and yes, it wanted to know their immigrant, like how they came about to be American. So family, some of these questionnaires, they want to go deep. They want to know where everybody's from. Whether you so in this case, I guarantee you, they want to know how many Jamaican Americans are in America. Yeah, how do you think we know there's like 2,400,000 Nigerian Americans, family? Because you have to answer you're from Nigeria. So by selecting Black or African American generically wouldn't work. They want to know how many Nigerian Americans are in the country. So they'll say be specific. But that's not an application what we're talking about, bro. Go to a regular insurance form, go to a regular application form, go to like something where you're a doctor's, like you're checking at the hospital. Go to those forms, not a 2020 Census Bureau. Go to forms that we normally fill out on a regular basis in life. Nobody fills out forms like this on a regular basis, bro. So go to the average form, job, hospital, college, go to those forms, sir. Matter of fact, I'll do it for you. So go ahead. It's your turn. Share what you got to say. Share, explain it, and then I'm gonna come back behind you.
What I was trying to explain, if you want to claim Black, I mean African Americans as the only Black, then you have to take into consideration. Then technically, you would be the only African too.
Nah, no. Okay,
How so?
Okay.
What
So when
other
you
racial group has African in their ethnic group besides African Americans?
well, we don't have African hours, sir. We don't have African hours.
It don't. So on a federal level, it does not say Black
No,
American. It says African American.
No. African American is not something federally put together. See, and this is why I'm gonna get you right here. Because okay, what Jesse Jackson introduced in the late 80s? Did Jesse Jackson introduce on forums? And did he introduce African American? Yes.
Technically, yeah.
Okay. Well, he did. It's like technically he did. Like you could just Google that shit. He did. He introduced African American to replace Negro and colored and Black. That's not no technically he did. Okay.
Bro,
Then
the term African American go back to the 17th century.
Hey, bro, are you listening what I'm saying about Jesse Jackson? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying Jesse Jackson, did he introduce African American to replace Negro, colored, and Black in the late 80s? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so stay there. Now, in 2016, Yvette Carnell Tone Talk, they introduced ADOS, right? For like the same reasons, to introduce as a to replace African American, basically, right?
ADOS is not federally recognized.
Hey, bro, are you listening to what I'm saying to you? Yo,
I'm listening to you, but I'm talking about the federal level.
I got you.
I'm not talking in the colloquial level.
I got you, but I'm gonna kick you off in a second, bro, because I'm just asking a simple question. I want you to, we could do. I said we could do federal in a second. I'm just asking a question because you're dumb when it comes to federal. That shit ain't federal either. Now, but we're gonna get there because you're stupid. Ain't nothing federal about African American. But we're gonna get there. Yeah. We're gonna get there. But first, I want to show you this. You're too dumb and insecure to follow. So Jesse Jackson, late 80s. Yvette Carnell introduced ADOS in 2016, right?
Yeah. 2016.
And Tariq Nasheed introduced FBA 2017, right?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so what was the difference? Now watch this. What was the difference between Jesse Jackson introducing African American, Yvette Carnell introducing FBA ADOS, and Tariq Nasheed introducing FBA? What is the difference? Go.
African American is a historical term that dates back to the 17th
No. I'm saying what? No. I'm not. That's not the question. That's not the question. That's not the question. Not the question. I'm saying strategy wise because all three of them wanted the race, not race, but they wanted the lineage to call themselves this because they felt that all three of them feel like it was more fitting. Jesse Jackson said African heritage. See, he has his own reason, but all three of them wanted this to replace what was currently around, right? So now I'm asking you strategically wise, what did they do different? But when they introduced the three terms, did they do anything different from each other?
Not necessarily.
So why did
Unless you could
African?
I mean, if you could expand on it, that'd be cool.
So Tariq Nasheed and Yvette Carnell and Jesse Jackson, they all introduced what they felt like the lineage called themselves. The difference was Jesse Jackson had liberal media push it and put it on forums. Nothing federally stupid. No, none of that stuff. There's no vote, no congressional, nothing. They just literally put it on forums. And they, you know, like the Trump administration right now, what they can do right now is just put FB on everything, like going forward. During Donald Trump's administration, he could simply just start putting from 2026 on until he get kicked out of office. He can put FBA, Foundation of Black Americans, on applicants exclusively just for us. That's all they did, bro. They just put it on forums. There was no vote, no congressional, nothing. You made all that shit up. There's no federally nothing when it's introduced. They all did the same thing. They just had pushed by liberal media, and Tariq and Yvette didn't. Because and let me add to that. And when Tariq and Yvette did it, that was more natural. It was more like a grassroots movement. They introduced it to the public, and the public embraced it. The public said, "This is who I am," without any liberal news, Jewish news influence, no forums. They said, "This is who I am." That's not how African American was introduced. We weren't saying, "Yeah, this is who we are." And then it came later that hey, let's put on forums. No, bro, they literally forced African American on us. FBA ain't also ain't forcing us. It's explained.
So explain Afro-American then.
Okay. But family, we know. I muted him.
Yeah.
We know how we do the Tariq Nasheed show, right? We know, and over here, you'll cook him, and he'll just say something else. He won't respond to what you said. He'll just say something else. Ask a different question. Afro-American was not popping, bro. What percentage of us? Well, you wouldn't know. You're like 10 years old, man. You wouldn't know. And that's why we can sit here and say, I'm 47. I never called myself that. I can ask my mom. See, we can do that. I got a mom who I can ask. Hey, mom, she's 70. Hey, mom, did you call yourself Afro-American? Well, see, that's easy for us. We could just say, hey, mom, did you call yourself that? That's how easy it is to fact check shit like that. You can't do that. Your dad like, nah, brother. Nah, brother. My Rastafari, you know what I mean? Whatever you call yourself. Yeah, like that wasn't your thing. But let me so now I want you to explain the federal thing with African American. Go ahead. Let me beat that up. So like I didn't kick him off, family. He hopped off because he tried to Google was African American like federally like whatever congressional zero, nothing. And they don't know that. They're dumb. And for some reason, they don't think we research this shit in advance. They don't think we can research stuff in advance. Like, yo, we know what you're going to come with. African American was never something in Congress. It was never voted on. It was introduced no different than Black, Solon, and Adolf. They all were introduced the same way. So we scratch our heads. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm so glad you showed that clip though, because it just give us all like we really getting into the mind of a tether, right? When you put that up there and you see the way, if you just look at our audience, study the audience, the white people are looking intense at these folks. You know what I'm saying? It's like they under a microscope and they know they have to answer the right question because of how much respect they give to Zaddy, bro. Look, they looking. Look, it's like they scared that they gonna give the wrong answer. But I guarantee you, if you're that FB up there, man, you might have had somebody curse you out, start straightening you out, start saying, "Look here, let me explain this to you." They be like, "Hold it, look," and everybody white, everybody. All those Caucasians out there have been looking scared. It would have been a whole total different look because they'd be like, those are the owners. This is how we act. We look, we don't play games. You start taking FBA down a rabbit hole. We be like, man, hold up, stop. None of them can do that with them because they scared, like you said.
Right. I agree.
You can just look at their faces. You can and look how they look how they are
She even
conducting themselves.
said I'm lying because her first instinct was to lie.
Right, and that's what they like doing to us. And you remember Tariq when you played his clips earlier, when Tariq said, when y'all go anywhere around black people, y'all show your ass, you do all kinds of stuff. You got the ratchet behavior, but when you go in your own places, it's on best behavior. When you go to your celebration, you're on best behavior. Because they want to make us look bad. They know that as long as they can make us look bad, they want to be over us somehow. They want to be able to they can be on stage with comfort, with confidence.
Right.
But it's all fake. All their confidence is fake. You can just see these folks by the way they're looking at them. They always scared. It's like tell you the truth, that looked like an immigration judge, and all of them were scared to answer the wrong questions, and everybody in the audience was like judges too. We were like, yeah, you get one thing wrong, you out of here. And that's the way they did that. Look at them faces, man. And look, when the white guy walked past them, the girl looked all down. But when we on these faces, look how these dark-skinned cheddars treat our family and talk about some of our people. They be like 50 years old on here. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, let me tell you this. You're scared. You all this. They won't do that on there because they know they think these people got the facts like you, which they do. But of course the white man is just waiting on them to lie because he like for them to be scared.
Right.
But they really treat him like the facts that you have. You have to go over this stuff over and over again. If that white man would have just did one thing with them, they just would have been quiet. They wouldn't have talked again. They'd have been scared. These people scared
no
of
pads, pens, taking notes, all that.
And you sitting up here giving them a master class. Look, bro, you going ethno gym. All of us sitting up here learning something, even though we know you giving these people high level Harvard type stuff. All of our ancestors type stuff. Great stuff. I mean, deep stuff. And he's sitting up there like he just want to get past it. But I guarantee you, if a white man would have been sitting there, whether his boss would have been sitting there, or somebody behind a desk to give him some freaking food stamps or something, all his answers would have been right. He'd been crying, talking about, well, I don't really understand. I'm just here. I'm running. I'm fleeing for my life. Everything about them shows when they get around Zaddy, and we've been saying that. When you look at them and you look at their faces, and look, when you look out there, you can tell who the tethers in the audience too, in the black people, because everybody is looking at them now like, yeah, go ahead and answer these simple questions. First thing the girl said, oh, well, I'm lying, but let me get back, because I don't want to lie to the white man, not in front of people, not in front of people that look important. I don't want to lie. I want to tell the truth. I'm trying to convince these white people that I am somebody. But we don't treat them like that. We don't treat them like that. But that's the way they treat them. They talking to you like this, bro, with all your scholarship. These people is weak. They ain't about nothing. They hitting on 2 cents. I'm looking up there, they children, them little all them anchor babies up there. They've been schooled on how to deal with us. But when they get in front of an audience of a whole lot of people that's going to ask them questions that make sense or that might get you in trouble, oh, here they go. First thing they want to do, they wish they could hide behind somebody black. That's when they put our face out there. Or they need a politician to talk for them or an immigration judge. Other than that right there, they scared to death. How can you be from where you are and not comfortable? They're not comfortable. They're comfortable around us because they believe that they can call Zaddy on us.
And they believe that they're superior. That's why they're comfortable around us. But let me read this right here. They really believe we're inferior, right? So now it says Jesse Jackson's push for African Americans. So family, let me just show you right here. Let me just show y'all something. All right. This is called research in advance. I didn't just Google this. You see it right here? You see that bar right here? You see how much space it is to the bottom? That means this is not a new this ain't a new research. This is old. There's stuff behind this. All right. So there's stuff beyond this one. So I know what a tether is going to ask a lot of times in advance. That's why it's like easy for me to segue into like something I already got. I just got to find it. That's all. All right. So Jesse Jackson's push for African American, 1988. It says Jackson believed what? Black Americans needed a name with dignity, heritage, and political power. African American was proposed as a parallel to other hyphenated identities. Look at the EG. All what? Immigrants. Italian American, Irish American, to emphasize cultural origin and nationality. Cultural origin. Well, what cultural origin is African? That's a whole goddamn continent with 54 countries with different cultures. 54 different cultures. Okay. So now this is Jesse Jackson quote. That's why I said, dude, you're just guessing and pulling stuff on the fly. Like you're too lazy to just research this stuff in advance. So when you call in, you could just pull it up like I do. Look, it says Jesse Jackson quote. It puts us in our proper historical context. Every ethnic group in this country has a reference to some land base, some historical culture base, right? So now look at this strategy, family. This is the part his dumb ass didn't know. He said some federal bullshit. Look at the strategy, how he got African American out there. He launched a public campaign, right? Like Adolf's and the FBA. And by the late 1980s, look what happened though. Look who helped him. Major media outlets and institutions adopted the term, family. So the name only got out there because white people said, yes, that's a great name to call the lineage. They didn't get behind Adolf, they didn't get behind FBA or Friedman, but major media outlets. Now keep in mind, these are the same media outlets that sabotage Soul City. That sabotages every chance they get, show crime rates, all type of stuff that's painted as like, degenerates and criminals. That same media said, we're going to get behind African American. Hey, S44, I want you to see, it says major media outlets. That's the big boys. And institutions adopt the term. It said he linked it to cultural pride and nationhood while still fitting it into the broader American framework. It says, after decades of being labeled Negro, colored, than Black, African-American gave a more geopolitical and globalized. Why are we the only people that got a globalized identity?
Bunch of bullshit.
Look, why do we need this? Nobody on earth got a globalized identity but us. Okay. So now Jesse Jackson, now I know that these people put that battery in his back. These folks, ain't stuff that he came up with. They use him to say it, because if they said it, we would be like, hell no, man, we ain't trusting you. So they had Jesse Jackson, who they thought was like a respectable guy in the lineage. They had him introduce it, but they were behind it all the while. I think it was their idea. Okay, so after I said that, useful in civil rights diplomacy, right now look at the difference. There's not much of a difference. Tariq argues that Black Americans whose ancestry traces back to U.S. slavery deserve a distinct label that recognizes their unique history, domestic lineage, and justice claim. It says, FBA core principle is not just about culture, it's about lineage-based justice, eligibility for reparations, sovereignty within the U.S. Black experience. It distinguishes Black Americans from recent immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean, other Black populations with different social political experiences. Now look at his strategy. Look at strategy. His strategy, a campaign also, online campaign, but evolved into grassroots. You know what that means? That means that people said that this is us. That didn't happen with Jesse Jackson, family. Major media outlets have started to, and institutions start to push African American on us. So now you want to go to college? Guess what form you got to fill out and check off? Because those are the major institutions that said, no, you're African American. You want to go to Duke? You want to go to Howard, Spelman? Check this box. Look, institutions, DeVry, or like a job. Hey, you want to work here? Check this box. You feel me? So major media, and then the media starts saying African American history, African American this, African American that. Every chance they got on the commercials, African American everything. Okay. So political lobbying, cultural education, documentaries, museum efforts, online forums, but no media, no major media, no institutions were behind us. Now look at the key similarities. Let me I have this thing right there, blocking it. Okay, so look at the key similarities. Motivation, dignity, cultural recognition, global link. Lineage, justice, reparation, identity, sovereignty. Type of identity, cultural, continental. What the cultural continental? So we're gonna call ourselves the entire continent African American. Lineage based, U.S. slavery descendants only. So this is very specific. This is very generic, public. Catalyst for name change, transition from Black or Negro to ethnic clarity. Now look at this. That's a S44 in the chat.
Yeah.
This says transition from Black. So family, they always had a problem with us being Black.
Exactly.
They wanted to push us away from Black. Be anything, don't be Black. Okay, now that was the catalyst for the name, to get away from Black. But Tariq's catalyst was frustration with Pan-African dilution or of FBA identity. Criticism, look. Criticism received. Accused of pandering or inventing identity. Pandering? Now that's a Pan-Africanist attribute. Panhandling, pandering. Yeah, that's what they do. Tariq is accused of division, xenophobia, or rebranding racism, right? Strategic use, diplomacy, cultural pride, media adoption, reparations, eligibility, self-definition, gatekeeping. Media reaction. Listen, family, this is the most important thing I want you to see. The media reaction. If you don't take away nothing from this live, take this. African American got minor pushbacks. That means Republicans, everybody was like, yeah, that's a good name. Minor pushback from all media, family. But look at FBA. Polarized. Supporters embraced it. Critics mocked or smeared it. So African American family got no pushback from this racist ass country. That is the 80s. That's the 90s. Like that's when crack was going crazy. Where everybody was demonizing us, calling us welfare queens, but they had no pushback for this new identity that was given to us called African American. No pushback. The country was on code. White supremacy was on code. Like, yeah, that's a good name. The FBA, critics mock or smear. Look at this. Legacy building. Change textbooks, official forms, influence reparations, language, culture, awareness. Where does it say federal? Yeah, that is a stupid, dumb tether. And he always embarrassed himself over here. People said federal. I said, I'm gonna get to that, but I wanted to just go here real fast. All right. So that is the key similarities. Nothing here said federal. It said media adoption. That's all he had. He had big engines from white supremacy to say, yeah, African American, that's a better term for these foundational Black Americans with the glow. The glow. They want that glow to disappear.
Yep.
And that's why I got the image right here. I'm reminding all y'all about that glow.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that glow can be described many different ways. Some folks would say the ancestors, some folks would say majority spirit, some folks would call it many different things. Energy, vibes, FBA influence, all that stuff. That those are all just different ways to express what we have that other people just attracted to. Like other races, they hate our guts, but they're out there with their hat backwards, looking just like us, but hate us.
Look, they even had their pants sagging. I'm like, why would you do that? They even had their pants sagging all over the world. It's like, congratulations for that.
Right.
My goodness.
Yeah, so let me read some of the chats real fast. Okay. So Adi has said, point out their wordplay. Exactly. Christopher Clear says, each Aboriginal American, Indian, AA. Family is a nation unto itself, and I admonish the awakened AA families to study confederation and form an entity for our shared interest, which is our birthright. Okay, we got Claude, we got super chat, $10 super chat from Claude, Nearly, Francis, Amos in the building. He said the system of white supremacy is a total system structure. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson said this is further evidence that all white supremacist systems work together against us. The FBA. Facts. We're the Most High's chosen children. GI 219 says, I'm going to watch Bruce Leroy, Buckport, DC. And you know I got this idea from that. Because I was saying, yo, we got this glow about us, this aura about us, this majority spirit about us that people don't want us to have. They rather have it. Like everybody want to lead the world. You feel me? Everybody want to influence the world. So if China could do that, if they had our influence, the world be, patterning themselves after China, like, and what they got going on, like their whole culture. If this country could do it, you'll see white supremacy more embraced. And if the Arab countries could do it, they'll promote Islam, and like they'll be more effective. So everybody wish they had that glow. So since they don't have the glow, they think, well, let's use them as pawns to promote our message, so that glow will promote their message. Or they think they just could take us out, discredit us, and then somehow the glow goes away and it comes to them.
Yeah. It's good when you read that, who was that? I think that's Claude D. Neely Francis, when he said the system of white supremacy is a total system structure. Dr. Francis Cress Wesley, this is further evidence that all white supremacy systems work together against us in FBA. Just in that, when we watch that, when you watch those tethers, when they was answering those questions, you can see how they all work together. That right there was classic. How white supremacy work together and make everybody bow down but us. We've been fighting here. Everything we do, we've been fighting that stuff, yo. When they get here, they are docile. They are trying to get along with these folks. And if we ever try to get a job or anywhere with them, what they trying to do is trying not to do nothing. They trying to distance themselves from you, and they trying to get to talk to that man, trying to get somewhere where they can get by themselves and say something to him like, hey, I'm just here. I'm from Nigeria. I'm trying to talk to him. But while y'all sitting in that audience, are you waiting to go for that job? Trust me, if she ever see Brad or Becky somewhere, you don't get that job, she got it. You think that? No, they coming back around. They gonna spin the block on you. These people are our competition. And this is the problem with they showing us they are our competition. They are our competition. We have to stop looking at them as family and stuff. It's like, look, man, y'all are competition. And they know that we are their competition. They know that's why they over here. They get explained to them all the time about how to deal with us. Somebody tell you don't stay around somebody or watch out for them. That's your competition, bro. What else is there? So they know that they treating us like competition and they plan us at the same time. And now we're looking at them as tethers, but we really need to start looking at them as competition. Like, oh yeah, y'all competition. So y'all in competition with us. See, that's what you don't want. See, we know what the bell mean when it rings. When a bell ring, oh, okay, oh, that's what, you ever been with some friends and they say, something might happen and you say, oh, that's how you acting? See, that's how we get down. That stuff right there turned into a slogan all over the world. That's what we doing now. See, that came from here. When we say that's what we doing now, and then FBA said, nah, bro, because we got to start copping a plea from our family. Whoa, that ain't what I mean. Because we know when FBA when we say that, look, don't play this op stuff. That right there will break up families. That will break up friendships and everything. When you tell us we're in competition, it's over for you. And we keep trying to tell them delineation means we don't want to play the game, bro. You don't want to get in competition with us. Because you see, we look here, we got unbiased Ron. This is not a game. These ain't nothing but warning shots to you folks. Constantly trying to tell y'all that the more y'all keep on attacking us and the more our people see this, they don't really need to know everything about everything that's going on. Else we be out there in them streets. Like I said, it's a lot of things going on. They are not out there fighting for them own selves. We got all the dark people just sitting in the background, letting the Caucasian out there protesting, the Spanish people, because they got so many numbers out there in West Coast and other places, and these liberals. They're the ones that's protesting. Just like when you showed about the other thing about the white people, this is how they get down. Of course, they want to help the immigrants now. All of them want to help the immigrants. Even the Republicans want to help the immigrants. Look, the Supreme Court and the Republicans, they play that game too, just like that Jesse Jackson thing, how everybody got behind it. They know when FBA getting something done. Even YT, like, if I gotta let some immigrants up in here, I'd rather let them in than these people really, because when we do something, we don't invite them. We start telling them like, yo, this is what we need to be getting. You know, like when Malcolm marched in that movie, when when the nation marched down there to the police station, they're like, nah, we ain't doing this right now. Go ahead and get him out of here, yo. You know what I'm saying? We not playing right now. We don't want to talk to y'all no more. We want to tell y'all what to do. We already know the law. We here right now to demand something, and it's okay if you don't get it. You see all them people behind us? They all behind us because they understand now that we're not talking no more. It don't mean that we're gonna cause crime. It just means like when we did that bus boycott in some years, when they stopped riding on them buses, they thought the Caucasians were gonna ride them buses. It ain't that we stopped riding the buses, the money dried up. The Caucasians stopped riding the bus. They act like they want to ride the bus until we stop riding. When we stopped riding the bus, they were trying to push Caucasians to ride the bus. They was like, we don't ride a bus like that. We was on the riding the bus because we could sit in the front. We like being in front of them, watching them squirm. We like for them to feel bad. We like them to feel a certain kind of way. Our people used to get on the buses back then, man, dressed up like they going to church, bro. Back then, go ahead. You did say something, bro?
I'm laughing.
Oh yeah, but you know how we used to be down south, bro. You know everything we used to do, man. We be dressed, man. We be, you know what I'm saying? We try. Look here, man. We are some very, very humble and forgiving people, man. But the Caucasian know how long we done fought him. If anybody know anything about the Wilmington race massacre down there in Wilmington, the Wilmington race massacre basically didn't just happen in Wilmington. That happened in Fayetteville, that happened in Raleigh, that happened in Chapel Hill, that happened in South Carolina, and even in Georgia. It changed what white supremacy means in America. We had senators and everything else during that time. We had senators and a whole lot of people. After that Wilmington race massacre, if you look before the Wilmington race massacre, we had a lot of people in public office. After that right there, we had two. They threw out every black person that was in office for almost 60, 70 years, almost 100 years. Almost 100 years. We didn't have another senator or congressman for years. And if you read that, it's called, even the Wilmington race massacre is called the ushering in of white supremacy. It was just another stroke at that. If you look at Elaine, all those massacres that happen always about politics. They're always about politics. They're always about our communities. Our communities trying to mind our business, and then there's some Caucasians that got some that we try to deal with a long handle spoon, and of course you have some race mixing, but we dealing with them. We not messing with them folks. Them folks will do everything they can until they have to bring Becky in, talking about somebody whistled at Becky, somebody want Becky, somebody smiled at Becky. And it's always some people with a lot of money trying to push the poor ones on us, like these immigrants. And they say they study. Then if you study, then you cannot come over here afraid of the Caucasian. You need to be coming over here looking for instructions. Because why are you here? If you want to be that scared to run into a country that basically been fighting like this, and you know about it, you want to come over here and be scared because you want to attack us? You want to attack us? You want to try to be slick with us? You want to mess with our children and stuff like that? Our kids coming up now basically just been like embrace every anchor baby there's known to man. They think they playing football with them. They in class with them. They riding the bus with them. They going to school with them. They going to the dance with them. They taking them everything. They think they black like us. So now they seeing our children getting this chilling effect because they're a little bit confused too why we not out there. They like, Dad, we just don't get mad about anything. There was a thing that happened on CNN, came on today and said that DEI is hurting Black women so bad. Look, they was on TV all day. They was pushing it about DEI. But we know that DEI mostly hurt white men and white women especially. Look, we last. It's white women. It's I think Spanish. It's Asians. And then it's another race. Then it's Black women. You know we at Black men at the bottom. So we get the least from DEI. But you know they begging for DEI. You know why? Because of Becky. Becky. They say that women are leaving the workforce. Like CNN is saying that they're afraid that it's a bad trend. You know why? Because Brad tired of talking to his liberal women. He's sick of them. He's sick of them. He's sick of them talking. He's sick of them trying to do things. He's like, nah, I don't even want to listen to our women no more. Our women getting on our nerves. So Brad is basically like, I want y'all, what Charlie Clerk wanted. Charlie Clerk wanted his wife out of the workforce, in the house, raising children, not talking and all that. You remember that last thing that she had when she went up there? She said, I am not his worker. I am not his this. But that's what that whole USA thing he's with is about. They want to put Becky back in the kitchen and everything. They want to push her to the side because you know Brad got to have all his flavors. He want Yingling. He want Becky. He want what's the girl? What's the Latino chick name? He want her. He want all them now. He want to push her in the background like she used to be back before she could vote. Really, that's what it's about. They don't want Becky voting no more. Because Becky is getting on their freaking nerves. Look, the Black man got to vote after the white man, before the white man. Then we got it. Becky got pissed off. That's the only way she got it. And when she got it, black women finally got it. White man now, he don't want Becky voting. Becky want what he want. Look, the Caucasian want to have, he like I said, he want to have Yingling. He want to have a whole lot of guys. Let's don't get it twisted now. Oh my goodness. The LGBT community and them is out of control. Brad them, they sick of it. They want them to themselves too. They don't want nobody getting nothing but them because really they want them back in the house so they can get back down with I don't know what you call the rainbow community. So I say like this right here.
Well, I'll say this though. Yeah, well, that must be the Republican perspective. Look at this thing, won't pause. Because the liberal perspective is like, hell no. Because if Becky gets out of work, that's providing more jobs for FBA women and men. So liberals like, hell no, keep your ass in that workforce. We don't want them working. We want them to be unemployed, powerless, jobless. You dig? No. Keep it so and like that's their fight. The Republicans like, man, the hell with it. Let's just pay them lower wages. Let's figure out other filter systems where they can't work, or let's go ahead and do like a background check to the 9th degree to block them. And the liberals like, yeah, but let's not take that risk. We don't need them back in the workforce because when they were in the workforce, they were doing that thing. You dig? And that's what they did, deindustrialization. And that's the real cause of the single parent homes. It wasn't anything that Charlie Kirk is saying or Larry Elder. It's the single, or Candace Owens, the single parent home in FBA America is based on joblessness and the lack of home ownership. That's what popped it off. Once they started to not employ us and unemploy us and don't provide assistance, and then they do provide assistance just without, you know what I mean? So there's like a whole plot, and then mass incarceration, then all these other things, and then all these things. But it was definitely not what Charlie Kirk said was, or people hop on my panel get cooked in these debates. It's white supremacy, hands down, stopped the nuclear family in our communities, and that's only that. Because if you take out white supremacy, we're married at 70-80%. All right. You introduce white supremacy, then we're at the percentage we're at now.
So we just got to keep this fight. We got to keep doing this every day. We like I said, bro, you know what I'm saying? I thank you all this time you putting in. It's some incredible time you putting. I don't have that kind of time. I mean, man,
Shit,
I
me
think about
either.
you sometimes.
Wait. Let me stop right there. I mean, I don't have the yo. Listen, and that's why I say the family. I'm telling you, family, the support should be way better. I
Yeah,
don't have time to watch anything. I'm
yeah,
busy researching, and then when I have a revenue up here or Carlos or BSI, guess what I'm doing? I'm looking through their videos, or I'm looking at more research to like really stomp them out. That's what I do. Like my
yeah.
competitive spirit keeps me recent. And then I look. Then when I get a chance, when I get a chance, I'll look through some of Tariq's content. That's why, yo, a lot of stuff I play from Tariq on my live family, it's the first time I'm hearing it. It ain't something I watched before. I might have heard the
Right.
first. I might have heard the first sentence. I'm like, okay, this sounds like it's going to be good. You dig? So now I play it on live, but I don't have time either. I make time because I know that I got a gift, right? And my gift is my ability to research, discern fact from fiction, and also hold the line, like debate our cause, and debunk tethers. Like I got a gift, and so I'm trying to
No
maximize
doubt.
that gift to the fullest. But I can eat, bro. I'm looking at LA Fitness. I'm a basketball player. You feel me? I'm looking at it. Do you know I haven't played ball in LA Fitness over a year, bro. I'm a basketball. If I share my YouTube, you'll see number of basketball clips in there. Like I'm a bowler. I bowl 2 300s and a 299, and the bowling alley ain't far from me either. I'm literally sacrificing all of my fun time to share information with you guys, to motivate you guys, to arm you guys, to cook on each other, so you don't fall for, hey, we're not black, we're just American, or we're not American, we're just black, or we're just African American, or we're just Pan-Africanists. Like I sacrifice all of my fun time, literally all of my fun time to hold the line, to defend the lineage. And yeah, I hope there's a payoff at some point so it can make sense at the
I
end of the
believe it
day.
will. I
And so
believe it will.
it it,
Well,
it, it, it can all make sense.
I believe that the deep research that you do, it's gonna come to a boiling point. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that flood of people, but you know how people always start like this, bro. You just don't know some of our most important things are like gems, bro. So you doing a different sort of podcast, bro. You're doing a whole lot of research. You don't do a whole you let us talk and stuff like that on your platform, but really, bro, I mean, boy, you getting all into to grammar and all that stuff. Most of us are not doing that. You know,
Right.
you really get. I mean, bro, we getting some stuff that we probably wouldn't have got. And then I know a lot of people like in the chat. Some of them are teachers, and that's a lot of thing about them when they come on these things. They don't understand who these people are in the chat, bro. You trying to give it to them? It's like, bro, these people in the chat are professionals. You don't lost your mind. But we don't have to try to be professional because we Black Americans. We don't have to play. See, this cosplaying got these people crazy, bro. They think we doing an act. That's the
Right.
problem with them. They literally are trying to be. They think you take it off, put it back on. You know what I'm saying? They've been confused so long because we've never checked them. And that's why when they looking at us now, they're like, "Wow, so many of y'all doing that." It's like, dude, we ain't really put you on our radar. We really thought you people were all right. We accepted this Jesse Jackson stuff and all that stuff. We accept this black thing. That's why bro say we the only black people because we have accepted y'all. But now we understand that we don't want to do that with y'all. Y'all not worthy of this. We can't be playing games with y'all anymore. Y'all not even on our level, man. Y'all are literally running in America scared. And this is literally y'all in the street scared, getting snatched up and everything, calling us names. But you won't say nothing about the average Caucasian you falling at the Democrats' feet because they running dark-skinned people out there and then Trump snatching them up and throwing them in jail. He'll do anything to show them who he is and why he is. And the liberals basically just like, okay, we just trying to hold on to something, even if we have to ignore FBA, which is really like an incredible thing that they're doing. But but that's why you're here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're doing by coming together like this right here, oh, it's echoing. They know it's a big problem. They know it's a big problem. They looking at it every day like these people are not paying us no attention. But it's they can keep saying that all they want. No, you're right, because we buy that FBA business. We like getting together talking about it. That's why you get people in the chat. Everywhere we go, they be like, stay out of our spaces, stay out of our business. And they think that this is an act because they acting at home. They act at home. Everything they do. Look, these people have immigrant families coming over here that's illegal. All of them. All of them got some illegal family member somewhere, a girlfriend back home. Look, these people go back home. When they go home, they had a girlfriend at home, another wife back home. All of them cool with it because you stay in America. But if you ask them about that, look, it seems like the only people do anything bad is us. But if you talk to these Jamaicans, oh, I got 2 girlfriends back home. I got a wife here, and then you marry one of them, you go back to Jamaica. You think some of them people you meeting over there is not his girlfriend or wife? These people don't care nothing about that stuff. They treat these marriages and stuff like a dictatorship. These women will do anything. All of them are basically in the same plan. If you get around black people, you know what to do. Basically, just don't tell them nothing. Don't let them know. Don't talk to them. Don't tell them what we know. They all want the inside track on us. And now we're like, we wasn't trying to find out y'all had an inside track, man. We really been about our business. We don't like to really fight because it go very, very wrong, as you can see in America. When we get really, really upset, it goes wrong fast. That's why you will find one of our grandmothers, when they hear some of us arguing that thing, our grandma jump up, oh, no, please, no, stop. Because when we start getting upset, man, it's going to go bad quick. And it's because we don't like the disrespect, but we have not been going at them. We've been treating these people like they people. We've been treating them like they family, especially up north. Up north just done literally just done rolled out the carpet to them. These people are having parades, man, about who they are. You cannot be American because you're trying to convince people that you're from somewhere else. You literally having parades. That's the dumbest stuff I ever seen. Look, these people having parades with hundreds and thousands of flags from somewhere else. And
All failed countries. That's hilarious. Like they're celebrating how all of their countries failed them, and they had to flee to a foreign land for prosperity, and they're celebrating that. And they got their flags up, like their flags ever reach back out to them to help them or to guide them. You know, their countries literally let them down and failed them, and in many ways harmed them. And they're over here, benefiting from what we built and giving, instead of giving us our flowers, they're giving their failed countries who abandoned them the flowers. I'm like, what is that about?
it is so strange, bro. And look, and that's what they don't like too, because it's like our hearts are so big when we see that stuff, we might just try to go to a parade because it's something you can watch and see, you know what I'm saying? You might get involved with these folks. But if you really look at it, you're like, is this a treasonous daggone movement? Because what you're looking at is like all these people, they're trying to dress like they in like the 18 to 1600s, possibly where they were from, in a parade, right? And it's not even what they used to dress back then, because it don't even look like that. They got some up-to-date, look like old-timey freaking clothes they got in all of these parades, and they doing these dances that they done got from us to try to put some sauce on, and that's it. I mean, man, if you look at some of these things, the dances they was doing in Africa and stuff, many people got on freaking all kinds of like wolf clothes and stuff over their head, and they cutting animals' necks and stuff like that right there, sacrificing, and they doing that stuff at them carnivals too. They wasn't dancing like that. They wasn't doing like they got in touch with those Europeans over there and got some idea about some of those things. Those Taino people and those other people, they won't invite it. They won't invite it to them parades in their own country. And then they'll say, well, we Taino, but the Tainos don't do this parade stuff. They got that stuff from the Caucasian. And now y'all want to just keep on doing parades year after year after year. And then they had the African American parade in I think in New York. Oh my God. If anybody saw that African American parade, FBA, some of them went and most of them didn't, was like, what is this? This is a Pan-African parade, but we don't have a Black parade because we don't have to celebrate our own stuff. That's why I say everybody else looks crazy. We the only ones don't look crazy. We the only ones that ain't looking for a day to constantly celebrate someday, but they got to celebrate a country. We the only ones don't do it. We walk around, bro. Our parade is a cookout, bro. or going to one of our games or one of our functions, and you know, we get out there and do that stuff. That's how we've done it. These people have to make it so much bigger. All the commercials come in, all the money come in. They throw everything in there. When we get something, they be wondering if it's gonna last. Are they gonna be able to do this again? Yeah, because we're not used to celebrating ourselves like that. It's like we don't celebrate what we do naturally. That's why y'all steal everything. When we make music, when we make anything, when we make music or make a dance, we don't know the name of it yet. It gets a name eventually. That's why we don't celebrate a lot of stuff. We don't know what we doing half the time, man. We moving, we doing our thing on the floor. Then all of a sudden somebody call it mashed potato. Okay, now it's mashed potato, but I'm gonna tell you something. That mashed potato gonna be from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Midwest in like 24 hours. You cannot do that in no other continent, man. You can't do that in nowhere else where you make up dances by the week, by the month, by the year. Every year. Y'all remember the Dougie? Look, the Aunt Viv. Who does that? We got an Aunt Viv dance. Inspect the Gadget dance. Now, where is that happening now? These people doing all kinds of stuff. We done did so much and put it down because when we do stuff, it's trending and trends go away. Trends go away. They go away and we create something else because we're not trying to do this. They think this is some sort of a game. They got to understand just what it means to be part of the earth. They're trying to be part of something or somebody. We don't know what that means. That's foreign to us. We down with the earth. We down with the sun. We down with the moon. And I ain't talking about no religious stuff. We know what it means with that moon. That moon has an effect on us. That sun has an effect on us. Now, I know Africa get down like that, but we really do get down like that in America. Our family used to be like, oh, man, get in here, y'all. It's about to rain. My grandma just say that way back then. It's going to rain, y'all. They know this stuff. Or they start feeling certain pains and stuff, and they start thinking certain things for us. Or they say, go out there and get that. Matter of fact, go get the switch. Go get your own switch, by the way. And if you don't get the right one, I'm going to get another one. That's no other culture. That's no other culture. Nobody going to tell you to go get your own stuff to do you. But we do that. We do that stuff because what we do is everything is according to what this earth is about. What America is about is what we're about. The trees, the naming of them, how they look, the fruits, the vegetables and stuff. Nobody have to teach that stuff. You know, do you see any Africans really, 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 really good about America land? Stop it, man. We know about America's land. We know about America's plants. You bring these people over here, the first thing they start trying to do is send some stuff home. Or send me some whatever that stuff is they eat with their hands. But everything that we do, it's right here in America. Nobody didn't tell us how to find out what type of tree to cut down or what any of this stuff, how to make medicine and stuff like that. You only make medicine and do stuff, man, because you from that land, yo. You do that right there by your experimentation with the land and knowing the earth and knowing the layout. The Caucasian didn't teach us this layout. We taught him the layout. He just was a navigator and a person that liked to take stuff. But for us, we know our boundaries. We know our boundaries with our certain in the United States. A lot of times you can look at a lot of places where we were staying almost like different nations too, but we were the same people. But when you see certain blacks or whatever you want to call them, our color, when they came here, when we go to other parts of the United States, we always come in peace because we know we're going to run into people that's there. These people come over here already knowing that they trying to make friends with us. We're not trying to make friends with people. When we start moving around the earth, we trying to come with respect because we know somebody there. These people be coming there because they trying to take something. We don't take stuff from people.
Yeah. Jamaicans and stuff. And then she was kind of trying to be like, no, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm bad. My son hit the button. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. The chat agrees. I gotta head out. 7. It's Friday. We might go a little longer because it is Friday. Yeah, no, we'll go a little longer. Let me ask you this. Oh, so this is that's why I was like getting on them a little bit because I know that people could do what they want to do. You want to drink, smoke, on you. But you got to be able to like function while you're doing these things because he's smoking, but he don't remember what we talked, like he kind of remember what we talked about, but he don't know what great detail we went into. So we went into the whole Bureau census thing before. And as you can see, family, like these disgusting tethers, man, these white supremacists, they will just lie and deceive and use magic just to go ahead and try to deceive us over something that's fake. Like it's not even real. So he tried to use a census that was very specific on who you are, right? Because, like I said, how do you think we know it's 400,000 Nigerians in this country? It's because when they got us, when we got a census at our homes, it didn't want us to use generic black, generic African American. They wanted to go deeper. No, where are you from? Right. And that's what he was showing, a 2020 census about where you from, your lineage, you dig, where your homeland at.
With a
Like he tried
2023 date on it.
Yeah, so he tried that here. I was like, dude, no, just go get a regular applicant, right? Go get a regular registration form from a hospital or a college or a job. This dude ain't no damn Haitian on there, but to sit here and lie to us for nothing. I mean, because look, let's say we believe that bullshit, right? And then he hangs up. He know he's lying. So it's like, how can you sleep deceiving us, but you know you were lying? So did you really win? Like you're lying. Like listen, man, if I gotta lie or cheat to win, I'd rather just lose, man, and just keep trying till I get better. Like, that's just me. So he kept, which is a major problem with tethers and white, was mainly tethers. They keep using black as a race. So when I wait, matter of fact, I didn't even finish the results in Sudan. When he tried to use that as some dumbass reference to how we use black and punish black Americans. So let me get to that real fast. Because I didn't even finish that because he started with the whole shit. Whole ethnonym versus race. I said, dude, I already had this up. I knew you were gonna be dumb. All right. Let me get this out the way real fast. So he was trying. Then he showed a definition of Sudan and Sudanese people. I'm like, bro, what the hell they got to do with them calling themselves Sudan? And then I already asked him. I said, hey, did they call themselves Sudan or Sudanese? He said no. So I'm like, so I said, what are we talking about? You can't compare them to us. We called ourselves black and redefined it, right? So we redefined it and reintroduced it. So now we took an exonym term, took an exonym ethnonym, and turned it into an endonym ethnonym, right? These people who he said were called Sudanese people, that means that they didn't turn their exonym to an endonym. They left it as an exonym. So these folks are going around saying they're Sudanese people, and that's somebody smells that is a term somebody else gave them. Like that is wild. And you're trying to compare that to us? Like what are we really doing here, man?
Ooh. That's why everything that you put on every time when you make these, it get like really, really like strange for them. And in a way, I sort of feel sorry for them because I get it in a way. It's like when somebody throwing you out, right? It's like you came home and all the locks are closed and chained. Matter of fact, they taking the doors down, everything. Like what's happening? You looking around like, what did I do? Like what did I do? What did I do? So I get it. It's almost like somebody abandoning them, but they need to talk about who they are.
Wait, hold on. Wait, before you do that, let me read this real fast, right? So endonym is the name a group gives themselves, like FBA. We call ourselves FBA, we call ourselves ADOS. Okay. Ethnonym is the formal name of an ethnic or lineage group. So it don't matter if you call yourself that or someone else called you that, it's still an ethnonym. An exonym is the name outsiders gave a group. So an ethnonym can be a name somebody gave you, or It could be a name you gave yourself, right? So when we Black Americans begin saying I am Black in the 1960s, now here we go saying, well, who popularized it? Like, what do you mean popularized it? There's a bunch of people who popularized it, but let's just say Stokely Carmichael gets the credit for that. And like you keep saying, but it's still talking about us though. Like, why don't you popularize
Right.
something about yourself? Okay, but hold on. Let me just finish real fast. Okay, so when we said we're Black in the 1960s, right? That was both, as I said before, that was both an endonym, self-chosen, and an ethnonym. It's a group name. Okay, it's not an external label when we said we're Black. So what did I say? Let me share my screen. Because I want y'all to, because when I say nobody but us, like he kind of like try to downplay it and make me look dumb or try to make me look dumb to act like those are my words, right? Those are my words. I mean, those are my words, but my words are backed. Okay. Why Black Americans are unique. No other people in the world. Does that say that or it doesn't say it? S44.
That's exactly what it says.
Okay. So family, when I say we're the only people in the world, that's not beating my chest. I'm telling you, we're the only people in the world. And AI says, I'm biased. You're right. Okay. So one more time. One more time. Let me go back. So I want you to see what it says about us. Okay. So no other people in the world took a color term assigned by outsiders, capitalized it, and refined it into a national, cultural, and ancestral identity. So when we read that, and this dumb demon tether says, no, the Sudanese people did it. It's like, so this don't mean nothing. Like this just invisible. Like you didn't just read this. This is invisible. Okay. This meant nothing to you. It didn't say that outside of the Sudanese people, Black Americans were the only person. It says no other people in the world. Family, this is AI. This is ChatGPT, a paid version. This searches the net, searches everywhere. Before it makes some dumbass conclusion, it searches to see if there's somebody else who done it. Now look, example, Sudanese people call themselves Sudanai, derived from their country, Sudan, which itself means land of the blacks in Arabic, right? Watch this. This is what his dumbass ain't get. That's a geographic exonym, not a self-created ethnonym. Now I didn't get a chance to get him with this because he started being disingenuous and being like giving bad faith arguments. So we just gotta I muted him and he got off. But he compared these people to us, and AI said, no. It says that's a geographic exonym, not a self-created ethnonym. So they're not like us. Africans in general, identified by nationality or tribe, Yoruba, Igbo, Akan, Zulu, Somali, etc. None of them, okay? None call themselves simply Black as a proper noun. I mean, okay, I mean, like I said, this is either invisible or people are just dumb. That's why the question is, are you dumb? Okay, Caribbean nations identified by island or colonial identity. Jamaican, Haitian, Trinidadian, not by the word Black as a self-contained ethnic name. Dessalini said, we're not Les Noir. He said, we're Haitians. So he had a chance to say, hey, we're the Blacks. He said, no, we're not that. We're Haitians. So he rejected a Black, identifier. Watch this. It says only the descendants of enslaved Africans, which is really us, in the United States, reclaim Black as a title of nationhood and pride. Okay. Capitalized it as a proper noun and made it synonymous with a shared lineage and historical experience, slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, civil rights. So what the hell that got to do with Britain people, right? He said, oh, the Black Brits. But I don't know. Well, we do know they stole Black from us, but I don't know why they call themselves Black though.
Right.
S44, they might call themselves black because it's the color. You know, they look at it as a color, as an adjective. So he got to prove research. Well, it's too late anyway because it's after us. But at the very least, as a consolation prize, I would love to see at least they use it as in proper noun as well, which I doubt. They use it as probably a color, but it doesn't matter because they got it from us. All right. Let me go further. It says, hold on. Dang. I sound big head in the camera. It says, linguistic and political significance. It says, when black became capitalized in the late 1960s. Does it say 1960s or 1990s? All right. Because he's right. And by the way, I had already researched black Brits, black Scottish, all old news, 30, 40 years later. Okay, got it from us. Now, when black became capitalized in the late 1960s, and this is what the Holy FBA Codex was trying to share with you guys, our culture, everything about us, it keeps evolving. So we're FBA now. Somebody proposed earlier, we might be FBAC, Foundation of Black American Citizens. Like, who knows? Who knows where my son is 3 going forth next month? Who knows where he's going to take it? He might have an idea. You know what? And FBA is getting too inclusive. Let's add this or subtract that, or you know what I mean? You never know because it's a ever evolve. We are an ever evolving people. Now, it says it shifted from a descriptor to a declaration. They signify a people with shared history, struggle, and destiny, not just shared melanin. I keep trying to tell you guys, you use it as an adjective, man. It says black. It says that's why you can say black is not just a color. For us, it's a nation within a nation. It says this is both linguistic and political sovereignty. It says Pan-Africanists often flatten this nuance by using black, racially color-based, but FBA use it ethno-nimically, right? Lineage-based. So watch this. Back to the Sudanese point. Why Sudanese don't equate to black as an ethnonym? Sudanese people have a national identity based on geography, not color. The Arabic word Balad al Sudan. We already done this with Tether Dream and this guy already, man. He's going back to it. Like hoping I don't remember, I guess. The Arab word Balad al Sudan, meaning land of blacks, was coined by Arab colonizers.
Exactly. That's what I said.
They were called this by the colonizers, not the people themselves. Sudanese people do not self-identify simply as black in the way that Foundation Black Americans do. They identify by tribe, religion, or region. Nubian, Dinka, Arabi, Sudanese, etc. Their blackness is descriptive, not cultural, political. So conflating Sudanese with Black Americans misrepresents the origin and function of the word black. So who's surprised that he did that? Nobody. In Sudan, it's an exonym given by Arabs. In the U.S., it's an endonym and ethnonym created by the people themselves. Power to the people. Power to FBA. So summary, your winning argument. This ain't for you, Revenue. It's saying my winning argument. I'm biased Ron winning argument. Sudanese are described as black, but they never turn black into a national name. So why we keep going back to this? Right. Maybe I got put in a PDF. Black Americans did. All right. We took a color, capitalized it, and made it a people, a lineage, and identity. That's not race, that's ethnogenesis. That's it.
But bro, if they was in college, right? If they was in school and they was in college, like they go to so many colleges, right? If you was to get them in college and ask that same thing, they would answer it the way you doing it. Cause that's the only way. Look, that's the only way they're gonna get the A, bro. They're not gonna just get an E. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you get a like you got your you know, when you get your thesis statement, you write your paper and you gotta prove. If they was in college, right? If they was in school, they're not gonna. Oh, I hear myself in the background. But they're not gonna. Okay, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that to themselves. They wouldn't do that. What you just broke down, they understand that completely. If they was in a class trying to get stay. I tell you what, if it meant he had to stay over here in this country, he'd get it right. He wouldn't be arguing with you. He'd be like, no, he is right. I know he's right. We're not gonna go through this no more. I put my life on it. He put his life on it, but he'll put his life on that to us because they'll say pretty much anything to us. They'll say anything to us. They want
bad faith
they want
arguments
to
and
buy.
all.
Yeah, the bad faith. They'll say anything to us. But after all of that, you giving him like a little something to possibly get, but you wouldn't do that if you was filling out anything else. You wouldn't do that. If somebody told you to fill out this paper and you get $1 million, you're not gonna just do it wrong anyway. You would do it right.
Right.
He wouldn't do that to himself if any consequences was behind it. But like I said, if this was a white guy on this stage right now, if a white guy was asking them that, they probably just wouldn't talk. They'd be saying, well, you just tell me. Well, you just tell me. Because they wouldn't want to answer. They would not do that to somebody white. Even after all that breakdown, only thing he's looking at is black. This black stuff done went to their head. And it's like, you want to be black because of delineation, that's it. Or you can't get something because playing black, because it's cosplaying. Y'all are cosplaying blackness. And bro just showed you that you're cosplaying blackness. You don't really want it. You never really wanted it. You don't want this. We had to make that thing good. We made y'all like that where y'all at. And if you would go to your own countries and go to some of those places where those darker people at, y'all treat them like crap. They call where they at, making it around them, making it. They treat their own darker people just terrible. Puerto Rico, you go to any what is it? South America, whatever, all that down there, all of them treating them dark people bad. But when they come over here, they have to placate to their lighter ones that's over here and zaddy. They like 2 steps away from like everything. It's like the dark ones here still. They play the game with black too. That's why they don't go after them. Like they should all be, man, there should be so many of their races going after them. Like, y'all gotta stop this right now. Y'all need to stop that. But they don't come in mass. And they're not marching in mass. They're not doing anything. They're so weak. That's what I'm saying. You need to be out there in them streets, going out there showing Donald Trump that you are illegal and you ain't going nowhere. How about that? Go out there and tell the United States government right now, you're not going anywhere. As a Jamaican family, all dark-skinned Jamaicans, get out in the street, tell Donald Trump and go out there in the street, don't go back until he say you're gonna make me a citizen and I'm bringing my illegal people out here. That's when you know you're American. That's when you know, come we march out there in the streets, ain't nobody saying, are you legal? And when we asking somebody, even if they got a warrant or anything else, when we start marching to something we pissed off, nobody care if they got a warrant. Nobody don't care if they ain't pay their rent. Nobody don't care nothing. That's the worst thing. That's the least thing on our mind when we about to get busy.
Right.
Whoever coming with us, it don't matter if you ain't pay your bills last month. You could be, man, you could be a fugitive. It don't matter. But with them, they got to find out, well, is your paperwork right? We're going to push our anchor babies out there to argue so we can keep grandma back here and Uncle Tom, all of them. None of them ain't really family. All these people got names too. Bro, you can't have people with like 3 and 4 names, all of them the same. You got all these Spanish people, like all of them named Jose, Enrique, Gonzalez, Jose. And then you ask them, it's like 20, 30 of them with the same name. And America accept this stuff. Like how, you got to be kidding, everybody got the same name. And then they come over and they think, well, just call me Suave or whatever. It's like, no, man. How y'all get all these names? Why would y'all name yourself all these names? Then when you get here, your record get clean immediately. So now you made it to America. There's no way to check that you are terrible in your country. They are competition. And they need to say that. Or we need to we got to tell our children, it's competition. You're not going to school anymore just to be going to school. You got competition everywhere you go now. These dark-skinned people smiling in your face, doing all that, that's because they know that you're not fighting for anything. They fighting for everything. Their parents are telling them how to do it. We haven't been doing that to our children. But all we got to do is do the competition thing. You know you're in competition with these folks when you get there. You're in competition with all of them. And that's why I say when they bring that competitive spirit out of us, like you be going to all this stuff, when they bring out our competitive spirit, that's when the problem lies. That's why they didn't want us in sports. The Caucasian will tell you. He don't want us to know sports. He don't want it like that. He don't want to unleash our competitive spirit. Cause he knows when it get like that right there, man, you got to have a bail or something. You got Caucasian is the one that came with all these rules to stop a fight. We be like, man, look, we don't know when to stop. We want you to quit and we want you to submit. They got to bring guns and all that stuff. We're like, nah, man, we fight, man. We might come back another day. But these people want to really like take it out forever. We like, man, if we consider you competition, we love it. Like I said, everything that we build is based off competition. Our children play hard, they do stuff, they cry, they get up, go back out there and all that stuff. That's how we do. We competition everything we do. Look, if you got two sons, one combing his hair in the mirror, the other combing himself in the mirror, next thing you know, they fighting. He trying to do something with his hair. Next thing you know what I'm saying? It's like everything we do, but we love each other. Because our families will make us hug each other. Okay, now hug your cousin. Now hug him. Now tell him you're sorry. We do all this stuff right there because we know that we have to quench this competitive spirit in America. That's an American spirit. We have that spirit. We have to quell that thing. We know we have to tell our children like this, and that's why they say a lot of times we just give our children a look. So all I gotta do is look at them. It ain't like that now. But see, our competitive spirit was so dominant back then. We just look at them, or your dad just walk in. Then we know, okay, it's time to cut this out. Cause dad say, man, we gotta put a stop to this because I know who I am. We get our people in line, and I'm gonna tell you, it don't matter whether you're making all A's or D's. That competitive spirit come out. That's why they say, don't let me come out my bag. See, all this stuff is our language.
Yeah.
We'll come up with, right? We come up with new words all the time on top of the bag, on top of getting to the bag. All that stuff is us. But they want to use it like the way you
culture.
They want to lose it like the way you just broke it down to them. They just want to find black in there so they can just say it. It's like, don't you know that is the weakest form of everything about us? We don't get down like that. We consider people like that right there terrible. That's when people find out and people come around. You have family members come around and say, why was y'all fighting? And then you have the aunt up there, the neighbors out there be saying, and you start telling them why, and they think, you know, oh, I see what's up. Don't worry about it. And then your mama just grab you by your head. She know you did it. We don't need no more. We don't need any more evidence. We don't take him on, whoop him. But guess what? The other guy gonna get whooped too. We have to bring an end to this competitive nature because we know how to do it. They don't. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it to their family because they know they're dealing with something that's illegal. You scared you're going to get grandma, uncle, Tom, or somebody sent home. Or something going to get cut off that you're getting in America. You know that our sisters here and our brothers here got this thing going on. Y'all got a steady supply of women and men coming in this country. Y'all can't even break up. That's why you never see them really concerned about a woman or a man. No other immigrants ain't worried about it. They got a steady influx of immigrants coming in here all the time. They got to keep each other happy. But just imagine, that's why we don't have that. We have to treat each other. Look, you heard it, man. You have heard this, man. We all we got. That's our term. When we say, you don't get that from Caucasians. You don't get that from nobody. When somebody say we all we got, that is us. That's a black term. That's us. That's how we get down. They ain't all we got because they know you got illegal immigrants here. They can't let them go. They want them to keep coming in. And look, man, look here. If we had 3 and 4 extra friends and stuff like that, a girlfriend, even though that ain't the way we get down, but they do. They have to service they immigrants. You can't just bring them in here and they never have nobody. You never see them arguing. Why not? Because they own code. They all are on code. They own code. Do you think they worried about getting another woman? Man, you just get one. There's 5 of them over there illegal. You ain't gonna get no arguments. I know illegal chick or illegal guy. We the only ones that have this problem. Like when bro said, when half this stuff get taken care of, then we'll be getting married more and we'll be looking at each other differently. But these people only successful because they have an abundance of corruption. Illegal immigration is an illegal, corrupt system. Everything about it is corrupt. We're not illegal. Everybody else is. They all corrupt. They got too much. It's over excess of illegal imports, exports. Spanish, Chinese, all of them got illegals. All of them got 2 or 3, what you want to call it, options. They got 5 options of women. Man, wouldn't you be happy if you had 5 options of women all the time, every day? Or 5 men at you every day? You can just get rid of them, but they can't say anything. These people ain't operating like us. These people don't look at the world like us. Look here, if you're constantly trying to save somebody, what are you going to do? You are creating a society against somebody. The whole world is against us, and the world is in America. We got every race here with illegal people. They doing everything wrong. And now they're trying to give it to them because, oh, they didn't do anything wrong. What are we supposed to do about it? We can't deal with these folks. These people are competition. I mean, you literally got 5 to 10, man, you got about 20 women, illegal women to every man. Just imagine that. This is out of control. If you had 20 women, you wouldn't have no problems either. And you could just do it and they was hiding all kinds of things. But just imagine how your life would be if you had 20 women. And then some are married to people in other countries. You won't get the Democrats talking like this. This is outlook. Look, we are in competition with these folks. Delineation means they collapse of this corruption. That's what delineation means. It means corruption is gone. With them, they look at it like you going after their family. You got a corrupt family, fam. We don't have corrupt families. We cause problems. That's what you do when you legal. There is a problem, there are an issue. They are breaking the law by
Hey,
having.
I got somebody for you. Kwame's back.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
boy.
phone had died.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Ron,
Yeah.
what I was trying to say was, the gist of my argument is basically saying that Black is not exclusive to Black American, is actually a diasporic ethnonym that's, inclusive of all African descent. What's exclusive to African American is the term African, because African American is the only ethnic group that got African in its name. No other group on this planet have African in their ethnic group as a term. But Black is a diaspora ethnic term. It's not exclusive to Black American.
He just proved everything I just said for about like
Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. So let me ask you this. So why do people from Africa and the Caribbean say we are African too? Meaning like them. Hello?
You said, why does people from the Caribbean and Africa what?
Africa. If African is an exclusive term just for us in America, then why do people from the Caribbean and Africa say, hey, FBA, you are African too?
Because some Black Americans deny them being African,
No.
i.e.,
No,
Black Native Americans.
Okay, you might have, damn. They're saying it as though we're all African together.
Are you African descent?
Now, hold on. Now we're saying African descent. I'm also German descent. Am I German?
Are you primarily African descent?
I'm more German than any one country in Africa.
Okay, collectively, the African
No.
countries.
There's no collectively, because you know why? There's no Kenyan who's collectively all these different countries. A Kenyan is 90% Kenyan. And so forth with everybody else. Eritrean, or I'm sorry, Ethiopian. Ethiopian is like 90% Ethiopian. And they may got a little more here and there, like sprinkle, but that's it. They don't have Zimbabwean and this and that. No, that's not how it happens, bro. There's no person on that continent that's mixed with so many African countries like us in America. No.
Are
So
you
shit.
sure? You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. Sure about that.
Bro, it's ethnic groups that's in
Show it. Show it.
couple
Show it.
countries.
Show no. Show it. Show it. Because you know what I did.
Okay.
I already showed. No, I already showed their 23andMe's, bro. They're like 80-90% one country. None of us in America is 80% nothing.
Okay, let me ask you: does the Ashanti
Don't
exist?
ask me.
I
Hey,
could
bro.
prove it.
Look. Okay, you prove what?
The
What are you
Ashanti,
proving?
the
No, but
Ashanti exists in two different countries.
what are you proving? I'm
Okay,
missing something. What are
I'm
you
trying to
proving?
reply. I'm trying to reply
No, I'm
to
saying,
what
but
you said.
I need to follow you. What are you proving so I can see if you proved it?
Okay, for example, the
He
ethnic
said, for
group.
example. No,
Okay,
I'm asking you.
Can I
Okay,
answer your question?
yeah, wait. Start from the top. Say I'm proving this, and then go and prove it. What are you
Yeah, I'm
proving?
proving
Yeah.
that different ethnic groups in Africa exist in different countries. For example,
So
the
are you gonna show
Ashanti.
somebody? Wait. No. I'm not doing that. I'm saying when I reference me and S44 and in the chat, I'm saying we're referencing what we've seen from our 23andMe. So I don't want some generic research. Show somebody's 23andMe.
So now I gotta find a African 23andMe
Yes,
to
that
prove my
was the
point.
comparison, right? Yeah, because you can't show us a generic profile when we're giving you a specific profile. My profile is specific. How can you compare that to a generic nobody with no name, just some research? That's not how that works, bro. I'm saying that the average FBA in America, we have a bunch, 20 damn near African countries in our 23andMe, and you don't find that with the standard African in Africa. You don't
How do
find
you
that.
know? How do you know that? If
Because
ethnic group exists,
I
why
went through a list. Okay,
has
you asked
borders?
how I know that, so be quiet. I and like what you didn't do. I showed a bunch of Africans from different countries show their 23andMe, and they were like 80% of where they were from. Okay, there's nobody in America that's DOS that's 80% one thing. We are 20% this, 10% that, 50% that. And then we have European in us. I don't think Africans got European in them. Europeans ain't go over there and have sex with them and rape and do all that stuff over there. So they don't have that issue.
You
Then
sure?
we have native.
So how you
Yeah,
explain
I'm
R one
sure.
B?
I'm
How you
sure.
explain R
No,
one
no,
B?
no, no.
R one B in Africa?
The way I'm gonna explain that is the mutual. Okay, because I'm saying I ain't doing no RIB. I'm saying give me the person that can say I got Scottish in me, because we want to know how to get there. How to get there? Like they went over there and colonized them. They didn't go have sex with them. They just
So how do
colonized
you?
them.
So explain the Lancados from Portugal.
Well, I'm gonna explain mutiny. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mute you. Now, we have a high percentage because we know he's dumb. Like he doesn't listen to what we're saying. He just comes back real fast. Hey, S44, it's impossible to have a conversation and never take time to think what they said. Just always rebuttal. Yeah, are you a robot, bro? Are you from that troll farm that Putin set up in Ghana and Nigeria?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he's reading off a cue card. Like he never grasps what we're saying and be like with me, he asked me a question, I take a pause. He asks you a question, you take a, or if you respond to anything, you take a pause. This guy, that's why we know he's never, and it sometimes gets annoying because like I'm talking to a doorknob. It's like a doorknob that has a button that just replays the same shit or different things here and there. It's like, dude, why don't you sit down and just comprehend what we're saying? He was going to give me a generic research to a specific 23andMe. And that generic research with no name on it was going to be just as good as my name, first and last name, 23andMe profile. That's crazy. And then I said no European. Oh, well, explain this. What the, bro, there's 54 countries. I mean, that's why I try my best to be respectful and not name call. But when you do that, to me, you're not being respectful. So it's like, all right, well, now we just throwing rocks. When you do that, when you don't sit to think what I just said, and you just shout something out randomly, like you did the 20, you said the 2020 Census Bureau, and just now you said black. You said black. Now listen, when you said black earlier, you said there's people called black, right? You said that, right? Hello?
Shout me, bro.
This is revenue.
I
Kwame.
said black. I said black is a diasporic term. It's not exclusive to black African Americans.
Okay. for now. Your battery went out. Okay. So I'm gonna give you the research. Now we understand what you said, right? Always wrong. Okay. Let's go back. This is for you. So when Black Americans began saying I'm Black in the 1960s, it was both an endonym, self-chosen, and an ethnonym, group name, not an external label. No other people in the world. I don't know what that means to you. I know what that means to me. In the chat and S44 know what that means. No other people in the world took a color term assigned by outsiders, capitalized it, and redefined it into a national, cultural, and ancestral identity. Now, when I read those words, no other people in the world, that just means exactly what it says. Now, I don't care what Tether revenues come back and say with some bullshit he make up. Okay, but I know what no other people in the world says. Now, this is already substantiating what I already said. No, okay. Look again. No. You're not going to present over here. Okay, because again, I just said the dude doesn't listen and process nothing. He just responds. If you think you were sharing something that contradicts what I said, both of our research can't be right. Then that means somebody research is flawed.
It's yours.
Okay, but you got to prove that.
I did. You said it's exclusive
Okay.
to Black Americans. It's
All
a diasporic term. It's not exclusive to African Americans.
I kicked them off this time. You kicked them off. I got you. I can't keep going back and in circles. Like the dude's not listening, and at this point, the chat got it. You got it. He's not going to get it. He don't want to get it, and I don't want him to get it either. Okay, I'm not going to keep saying it over to him, making me go crazy. I'm trying to have a great night. Okay, I'm trying to leave here. I'm trying to go home happy. You did go to bed with a smile. I'm not trying to go home angry and frustrated over a damn tether who purposely don't want to get it. Now, he's clearly not a debater. He's not a researcher, okay, at all. So, bro, you just can't show something opposite what I'm showing and then say any, meeny, miny, mo. No, that means somebody's source is wrong and somebody's source is right. But most likely, his source isn't wrong, but it's not contradicting what I just read. He's just typing in some random shit. Then when we read it, it's going to say something totally different. It's going to be race-based. I'm reading lineage-based Black, capital B. He's going to read off lowercase b Black, a descriptor, adjective, color. And then he's going to act like it contradicts. Like, bro, you're reading lowercase Black. That's an adjective. That's a color. And people tie that to a race. But that race thing came later. I just said nobody in the world. But he said, I'm wrong. You got to prove it. Then show how it's wrong. Like, it can't be wrong, SLW 44, because we lived it. We're still here. We're still alive. Like, this ain't like, we're not like my kid right here, talking about it. I lived it. Like, I lived being called, I was born in 77. So when I was 10, you trying to tell me I'm African American now? My whole life I'm Black? You dig?
Incredible.
Jesse Jackson says I'm in the sixth grade. You're African American now. It's like, who? Yeah, I ain't Black no more. Like, you need to stop. I'm no longer Black. I'm African American. Like, dude, listen, man. I'll fill out the form because I gotta go to school, but I know I'm Black, and that's why I said we always, when we talk to each other, if a police officer said, "Hey, describe them," we're not going to sit there and say they're African American. Wow. And somebody said something in the chat, very, very smart. I was holding on to it. Somebody in the chat said it was very, very unique and innovative in thought. They said when it comes to negative crimes, they never say African American. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. They do say black crimes, like the Black crime rate, the Black, all negative. They say, okay, stop. All the negative attributes. When it comes to us, it's always black, it's never African American.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Hey,
I've never
bro,
heard him say that either.
yeah, ever. Bro, I'm like, that's a great observation. But bro, I'm reading something to him, right? About no other person. I mean, that's a bold claim. That's a bold claim to read something that says nobody besides these people did this. And he just pulls something up. And I mean, okay, at that point, bro, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I just said, I said, bro, are you a robot? I said, bro, you got to take time to like really look at what we're saying and listen, read what we're posting. You're just going to share your screen right away. Like he's not going to, I mean, God, what? Yeah, that right there, man. I had to kick him off. And that, to be honest, he's getting boring now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is.
to be honest, he's getting boring. Him,
He
like Ted the Dream's
disqualified
already done.
himself.
Yeah, Ted the
He
Dream's
did.
already done.
They
Yeah.
disqualifying themselves to even talk to us, bro. You know
Get
what I'm
out.
saying?
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
like,
move
cause
on
like,
to the
yeah,
new tethers. So we got
yeah,
Carlos that pulled up. We got BSIA. Yeah, I'm gonna have more fun with those guys because yeah, this guy wore out his welcome. Like it's redundant. He don't want to listen. It's just what about this? What about that? It's like okay, so
yeah.
I'm always so in other words, I'm just always wrong. I'm reading research, but I'm just always wrong because you won't ever say, okay, I see that point. But how about this though? Or what do you say about this? It's just whatever I say, whatever I waste my breath saying to this guy, is just to the next thing, next bullet point. Like I said, it's like he's reading off for like the alphabet boys gave him something to read off. Okay, so when he debunk you here, just say this. If he cook you there, just say this. Okay. And then cook you there, just say this. And then cook you there, just hang up. Like it's like he getting coached to read all the bullet points and then hang up.
Right. And we was listening to this stuff for some months, because a lot of us are tuning in late, because when you pulled up your information at like 2019, some of that stuff was happening, where FBA was basically becoming popularized. For him to come on here that many times, 'cause I've heard him several times now. It's like, dude, not only do you get off the phone, be able to go back and do deep research yourself, but you just come back again with the same talking points like the guy was talking about the black thing. It's something very, very wrong with them. It's like there's no way you would do that in a professional setting. You would not do that if you was in college or you was filling out a form to get $1 million. If somebody told you right now you have to keep them same talking points to get $1 million, they're gonna change it. They would not keep doing this if it had a lot of money on it. All of them, I don't care who they are. After all that they just saw, they would not try to get their information to rebut that if it has something attached to it, like real tangible, like maybe they freedom or maybe a whole lot of money involved. I think that they would just go ahead and go with what you said, and then they would just basically just accept it like they did it because that is a tether. And for our young people to see that, because like I said, in another place he wouldn't do that. All you got to do is have an all-white audience, watching them, all of them, except for FBA. You put any other people from anywhere else, not unless they went to school and they some politician or something, they want to sit there and talk to them. But all the rest of them, you put them in front of a whole Caucasians and let Caucasians watch them cook. They won't be sitting up there like Malcolm when Malcolm was going to Harvard. When Malcolm was going to Harvard and all those other colleges talking like that right there. He was talking like that because he is what he's talking about. These people can't talk like us. They want to. They want to talk like us. They want to study us and listen to what we say. But when we start talking to them, we're their vices. Well, we are actually those people. We're the people that you keep on talking about and you're reading about. We're here. This is not in a book. You got to stop thinking. They read about Frederick Douglass and then start trying to interpret him. Don't you know Frederick Douglass got family? He's still living.
Yeah, right.
He still has a lineage here. And the only reason a lot of them don't get involved with that stuff because they don't want to be punching down on darker races and stuff. They're trying to let you people just live, but they ain't trying to come after us either. They know that we are dealing with people that are just totally delusional. Only tethers and immigrants act like this. Because if you was black and American, bro, when we start talking like we talking, throwing all this stuff out there, all of us just thinking back to our younger days or what our grandmother told us or what we believe about America. They're trying to tell us about America. Oh, let me explain to you what was happening in the 19. What dude, you just got here. You're trying to explain to us something happened in 14 and you just got here. You can't tell us what happened in 1950. Where's your grandmother at? How about get her up here? You got a grandmother that was born in 1950 or 1940, 1920. Won't you bring her up here and let us holler at her? Because then maybe we'll ask her some country. Where's your grandmother from? You got a 40-year, you got a grandmother born in the, you know what I'm saying? Bring them. You got one still was living in the 1900s, bring them. We got a few still living. I know it would be hard for you to get one in the 1900s, but well, maybe about like 1907 or something, bring them. Let us talk to them. Let us see her paperwork if she got any. We'd like to talk to them instead of we talking to you people that been reading and going to these schools. These schools have purposely tried to do lots of stuff to us. There was a time when those books that was written, a lot of those books had to deal with some people called the Daughters of the Confederacy, man. A lot of American books were tampered with due with white tea supremacy. We even had those books. We was going to segregated schools a lot of times. So we know that when we're looking at a lot of stuff that Caucasians do, we know to look deeper into it because we got our own truth here in America. Yeah.
So I might have a guess, right? A sister that I'm gonna try to go easy on her. I mean, I say easy. I mean, like I ain't gonna get to the hardcore questions, right? The controversial questions. That's what I mean. So she oh, she's calling now. Shit, hold on. All right, hold on. She's calling now. Yes. All right. Let me try to hold on. All right. So okay, so she's calling me. So all right. That means that she's not gonna, that means that you can't be, vocal because she thinks it's just, I guess, 'cause I invited her to the panel, but she's calling me on Facebook, I mean on IG. So I guess she think it's just us two after I told her to join the panel, but whatever. All right, so just go on mute. So you won't be able to hear her. Well, you might be able to hear her. I'm not sure. Um, but let me call her back.
Okay.
All right, but go on mute so she don't be like, oh, who's that? Because like I said, I didn't know she would call me from IG. I thought she was gonna hop on the panel.
I'm going on mute now.
All right. All right, let me see. I can't even hear. Yeah, I'm calling, but I can't hear the ring. Let me check how this gonna work. Okay. I think I do the settings. All right. So let me do the settings. Okay, so headset. is okay. So headset's got to be okay. So headset's right. Microphone. Okay, everything should be good. Let's make sure. Okay, no, stop, stop. Okay, all right. So the microphone is good. Okay, so I can't hear. I called her and couldn't hear. So let me try again. Now, you can come back. SWL. I'll wait because she's not ready. I can't hear I can't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, you could finish. I can't hear. I can see, but I can't hear. I see the call coming in, but as I was calling her and it was ringing, I couldn't. Yeah, hold on. She's calling back. Hold on.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I think I know why. Oh, wait, is it? Let me see. Yeah, it's not connecting. Let me see if the you. Let me make sure this thing. Hold on. Yeah, it's not going through. Oh. My man. Okay, damn. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this off. At least not live. Let's see. I'm gonna try one more time. Hello? All right, hold on one sec. I can't hear. Let me try my headphones. Okay, say something now. Okay. So it's my headphones that's not working. Hello?